What's going on, all you sexy subscribers? It's Lift Weights Eat Steak. This is the Medium Rare Podcast. I'm here with my guy, Terance, a.k.a. Bleu, a.k.a. Do you have any other a.k.a.s that we don't know about?
Blue, tea, Terance,
Tea.
sexual chocolate. All that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, don't quote me.
You know what and my whole thing is like leaving this raw and uncut, so I really don't edit any of this. We just kind of leave it all in.
I'm here for
Speaking of, I totally forgot a knife to cut these with, so I'm going to be right back.
Got you.
So feel free to...
Talk to everybody.
Yeah, feel free to... whatever's on your mind.
Well, whatever's on my mind. Now, you don't want me to tell people what's on my mind, because I might not be invited back sometime. So this is about to be a fun experience. I have no idea what we're about to talk about. I didn't get a list of questions, but we are definitely going to make the best and have fun in this situation.
All right.
The best we can. Now, okay. So I do. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
I give everybody a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Me at work and me outside are two different people.
Yeah, that's all of corporate America, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no telling what's going to come out of my mouth.
That's fine.
So I just have to be very honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm
Thank
here
you for the disclaimer.
You're welcome.
We will get into these delicious ribeyes here in a second. Let's see how they came out.
Which didn't take long at all, which I'm excited.
How is that color for you?
Oh, that's perfect.
Nice and pinkish.
Yeah.
All right. And then let's see how the second one came out. Oh, also nice and pinkish.
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm going to cut all these up and we'll just eat it family style as we talk.
I'm here for it.
But, yeah. So.
I feel low-key low.
Oh. Uh-oh. I guess it might have shrunk. Yeah, just go up, and then if that one does that, then the rest of the night we can switch over.
Wait, I feel like I'm sinking.
We got a backup.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for whatever.
But yeah, we're here for it. We just got done cooking some ribeyes. Terance, you said you just got a workout in?
Yes.
Before this? What'd you hit today?
I hit chest, bicep, and try.
Man, that is a good...
With light shoulder.
Yeah.
That's a... I'm trying to move because I feel stiff. So it's like I can't... If I sit still too long, my muscles are going to lock up.
Gotcha. I feel you. I think that stool might be dropping.
I'm still sinking.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Let's switch it out a little bit.
Let's switch it up.
Swap it out.
Swap. Okay.
Try that out. Let me know how that is all the way up.
Let's say, okay, Frost, tell me how you really feel. Oh, well. Okay, there we go.
All right. Better?
I'm up high now. Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right.
Now we eye now. Yeah, I know you're a little taller than I am, but
just a little
just
bit.
Just tad bit.
You're still strong.
Hey man, we're trying to get it, man. See Terance at the gym every single day, man.
Every day, and always has the coolest attitude. Like some of my members come in the gym, and I'm looking at them like, God, he brought you back today. But I get happy when I see this guy, and I don't really get happy when I see a lot of people. So
hey, much love, man. Appreciate that.
Hey.
It's all about, I'm a big believer in like you get to choose how you feel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So some days, I'll be having a shitty day, like from someone else's perspective, but like I can just be like, hey, you know what? Like I'm still here.
Yeah.
Like I'm still breathing, type of thing, right?
Yeah.
And so therefore, it's a good day. Like every day, like today, I woke up and I thought today was Friday, bro. Like, I woke up because, the way I slated at work today, just, the whole day was just a good day.
Yeah.
And it felt like a Friday. I don't know.
Today was a Monday for me.
Yeah, okay, all right.
It was one of the Mondays I've ever had.
Dang.
But I feel you, though.
Yeah.
As you normally see, we come in there and we're a big ball of goof.
Yeah.
So even if anybody's feeling some type of way about something, you never really know.
That's true, yeah.
Unless we tell you.
Yeah.
So, I get it. You do have the ability to change your mood. And even if you can't get out of that feeling, you have the ability to still act the opposite.
Exactly.
Like, there's plenty of days I've been at work sad and feeling halfway depressed, but people will not know unless I actually say something.
Yeah, because you're a jolly guy, It's like you can just... And I feel like people say, oh, but that's fake. And it's like, nah, not really. It's like, you can... If you smile and you fake, have you ever done that thing where you're feeling down, you fake laugh, and your body starts actually laughing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it, man.
My thing is I've been on a huge spiritual journey, I'll say the past year and a half, 2 years. And one thing just biblically is that sticks in my head is you have the power to speak life and death. Life and death is in the tongue. So I can either feel some type of way and speak negatively on that feeling, or I could just feel the feeling and still speak positivity.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the more positive I am, the more loving I am, the more life I'm going to get out of the situation. So it's not just going to be a dead doorknob. It's something else can come out of it.
That makes sense.
So it's a big, for me, mental connect. Like, no, we can't do it. We can do it, but we're not going to do it.
Right, yeah.
And then when we go home, we'll have a fit. We'll talk to God about it. We'll call our parents and vent, and then we'll go to sleep. And that's what it normally is.
Call it a day, yeah.
And when I wake up in the morning, there's something new.
Feel free to dig in, my friend.
I'm about to.
Yes.
Because this, let me tell you.
Cheers.
Cheers. How you eat your meat that big? I don't understand.
What?
How you eat meat like that?
Do this? So for me, this is a tad bit overcooked. I eat my beef like rare. Sometimes medium rare.
Though.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Grass-fed beef with a bunch of one of my favorite things to do is just butter based. At the end, you probably taste the butter with every bite, type of thing.
I'm here for all of it.
Yep. Yeah. Feel free to hop on some eggs if you want. But so you said you're on a. You've been on a spiritual journey, or you went on one? You're currently on one. You're currently on one.
Yes.
Can you tell us about it? Like, what's it like? You know, what in your own words? Like, what is it?
I'll say what I'm learning just from a spiritual standpoint. One, a lot of people always say, "Okay, we're spirits and bodies." That makes more sense, especially me. Biblically, I would say learning a lot. Breaking a lot of the false teachings, actually trying to understand it. It's been a journey where it's been like, geez, it's a lot of changes that I have to make, but it's a lot of freedom that I realize that comes. Like, I've realized the true power of fasting.
Are you talking about like food fasting?
Food
or
fasting.
Like emotional? Oh, okay.
No, but overall, because people feel like, oh, well, you have to fast from food. Well, there are circumstances in life where you might not be able to fast from food because of medication.
Right.
It might be something else going on. So you gotta purge from other things. I've been on food fasts while doing social media fasting.
I remember we talked about that.
It was horrible.
Dang, like not eating while not getting on Instagram and stuff.
Let me tell you. I couldn't even get on there to post. So I would have to shoot content and then have somebody else to post it for me.
Oh, man.
When I tell you the amount of loneliness that I felt, which let me know that social media is a whole issue within itself. It's needed. It's valuable. It's useful, provided you use it the right way. But for me, it was like, no, I'm picking up on so much. Just scrolling through other people's timelines. I found myself being insecure about things I wasn't necessarily insecure about before. So it was kind of like, wait, you've always had a decent physique. Why are you feeling insecure looking at?
Because you're looking at like 20 other fitness models.
Who are where I'm trying to get to in a way, because I don't want the same body as a lot of people. Like, I'm comfortable with the fact that my body is going to do what it does. Right. And I like it. But it's still like, man, and then you look at careers, it's okay, well, you're in your 30s now. Okay, well, you don't have this. So then you start comparing yourself. Even when you're strong in your mental, you find yourself allowing social media to kind of
influence you a little bit.
Yeah.
It's that, you know, like, I'm sure you've heard that thing, and I've definitely talked about it on here a lot for all of you 12 people that are going to watch this video.
Hey, 12 people.
Right? And I'm one of those 12, man. I have my own podcast on as background noise while I work sometimes. Just so you too, dude. Let's go, dude. You gotta be your biggest fan, right? You gotta be your biggest fan.
You have to.
Then you were saying about social media and like insecurities and like consuming all that. It really, like, the perspective social media gives us is like, it gives us a lens into like people's like best days and their highlights and their best moments, but it doesn't show like that one day that bodybuilder might be bloated, or like that one day that fitness model might like, you know, like have binge eaten on accident and not wanting to post anything, or the skipped workouts, the missed workouts, you know. So I feel like our reality really gets influenced by what we see and what we consume. And that works with like books, TV shows, movies we watch, all that stuff, people we hang out with,
Absolutely.
right? All those things that influence us. So curating your, I guess it's really hard to curate your feed because if you follow like, you follow a lot of people, it's hard unless you start.
Unfollowing?
No. I mean, you can still follow, be cordial, but I haven't been on Instagram in like 9 months, but what I did was like I took a lot of the, let's call them distractions on my Instagram at the time. Yeah, and then I would just mute their posts and their stories because thirst traps at 8 in the morning is not a healthy way for me to start the day.
Or 12 o'clock at night.
Or 12, bro.
Let me tell you.
I'm saying.
Because that's part of the reason I realized, like, in my spiritual journey.
Keep talking. I'm going to turn the AC down a little bit.
Okay. For me, it was more of trying to figure out ways that I could be more Christ conscious. More like him in my walk throughout my day and attitude, how I talk to people, even dealing with my own personal things. Because you've seen me at work. And there are days where you come in there and it's like, they cannot quit calling this dude.
It's chaos, man.
Man. And people don't understand. Like, there are days where I'm literally looking at people like, if you get the fuck away from my desk, bruh. Like, I'm trying not to cuss you out. But it gets that way. But it was like, what are some of the things that you can do without? Because I started doing like a lot of research on just mentally, spiritually, emotionally, sexual abuse when I was younger. So it was like, how have you adapted in this life after going through sexual abuse as a child, coming through parents that went through a divorce, still having to deal with the fact that you have a very headstrong mom who doesn't understand that she can sometimes be verbally abusive.
Yeah.
A dad that doesn't always understand that he can be a little harder than he has to be.
Right.
While still trying to be this perfect, not a perfect person, but this child that fits within your parents' spiritual structure. Because my dad's a pastor.
No way. Same. Except at our mosque, we call it something else, but I know what you mean.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I relate.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you have pressures, and when I got to college, it was like, ooh. But then it was like, all right, I find myself being lustful. For lack of...
Been there.
Yeah.
Been there.
So it's like, man, how can
Hormones crazy, bro. Hormones crazy, bro.
And I work out. So
the test,
you
bro.
get it.
Test
that
level,
testosterone.
Test level, bro. Dude, leg day on a Monday, bro. Forget about it.
Tuesday morning, you sitting there like you pinching a tent before you wake up and don't know what happened.
You literally just bricked up and you just staring at the ceiling like...
I don't look down.
You praying. Yeah.
I share too much.
Dude, no, I feel you.
But no, it's real. And a lot of people don't know the spiritual weight behind that. If you allow yourself to get caught up in that. In the amount of baggage that you pick up from people that you may do things with in those moments.
The energy exchange, yeah.
Yep. And you can't control what you get and what you give that person out of that exchange.
True.
So this whole spiritual journey for me has like been really unpacking a lot of mental and emotional things, but then a lot of stuff that really is useless. I won't say useless because sex has its need in the
biologically, yeah. I agree.
But things that we sometimes in our younger years put too much time and effort into that don't really add up to anything.
Bro, I hear you, bro.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Like chasing tails, 21-year-old, looking back on all the... Bro, there's a Kanye lyric for this. He said, chasing love, all the bittersweet, I was lost. And then the next line is pretty expletive. He goes, eating Asian pussy, all I need is sweet and sour sauce. But that first...
But I just take no lies.
That first line.
Yeah.
All the bittersweet hours lost.
Yeah.
That's so real.
Yeah. Because it's a lot... Like, when I was in my 20s, I didn't realize how much time I was really wasting with people who I really didn't even have any intentions or want to be in my life past the next 2 months.
Literally.
Like, and it's sad to say that we live in a world that's kind of conditioned and groomed us for that exact
Especially
purpose.
right now.
Oh, yeah. Because everywhere you look, it's even at the gym. God, like...
Bro!
I sit at work sometimes and I'm like, Jesus, keep me near the cross. Jesus, keep me. Please keep me. But people just put it out there.
Dude, those like the matching yoga pants with the matching crop top.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
it's real. It's real. And every day I ask for forgiveness because I've had some thoughts.
Dude,
Every
man has had thoughts, bro.
This
I
is
hear you.
very true.
I
but
hear you, bro. He hears you, bro.
Man, that's an off-camera conversation. But
I agree. Yeah, I agree for sure. And there is like an aspect of my life that I've talked about on here before with a friend of mine who's also dealing with it, like adult videos, dude. Like porn has really been fucking up the generation and my brain for sure, but the generation that we live in now, like
yeah,
everyone's brain is just absolutely like hammered by it, bro. Yeah.
But it's really programming. Like when you look, I've realized with porn, just to call it what it is, it gives a false feeling of satisfaction. But
and you feel like shit afterwards.
You do.
Yeah.
But I've also it gives you the false happiness in the moment. But I've realized that a lot of people who just get hooked into it. Well, I can't say a lot of people. I can speak for myself. At a point in time, it was out of rejection.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like
loneliness is a big trigger.
You're not going to reject me. You can't tell me no. But then at the same time, it was I don't have to share my feelings. It was like I didn't have to give that intimacy to actually get something out of it.
Yeah.
Which really is not a benefit because when you think about the amount of lotion that people go through, it's kind of like, what?
Bro, they need to give this man a Netflix special. Hey, what?
The amount of
great.
like,
That was great.
It's kind of, but you got to be real about it. Like,
Yeah.
it can be costly to have that as an addiction because it really can become an addiction for people.
Yeah, and costly as in not just monetary, but you can
The
never
spiritual
get that. And you can never your emotions, your spirituality, your physicality, like. And there's one of the mental, like your mental, right? But the time loss, like you can never make time back, right? You can make more money, you know, whatever. Like you can get more resources, but you can't get time back, you can't get energy back, and you can't get effort back.
You can't.
Those are the three biggest things that we'll never recoup those losses, right?
Ever.
It's crazy. And so time when relating to, you know, doing that, right? Or anything you're doing to waste time is like, it's like you really gotta as we get older, you know, we understand the importance of it. You know, when we're 21, we don't care. We like,
you don't care.
Like time is pussy. Like that's all we care about.
That's
you know,
it.
that's it.
That's
it, bro.
Yeah.
Now time is money. Like, you know.
But and it's also like I look at it as time. Like now that I'm older, it's like time is money. I gave up a lot of money, in my 20s,
bro.
Early 20s, like
unbelievably.
It was, and the funny thing is, even in the midst of that, like when you look, you have people who are high functioning with it. Like they get up on time, they make time for that, but they go to work. They get off work, they spend time with some people married, with their children, with their wives. They go work out, they spend time with their friends, but somehow, somewhere, there's a block of hours that just somehow
get sunk.
Yeah, and it's like they disappear and they come back, and it's like for lack of a better word, you become a phantom fapper, and you're here 1 minute and gone the next, and then you pop back up with a smile on your face. And everybody's like, "Oh, what happened to you? You must have slept well last night." Either I slept with someone last night, or me and myself had fun. But it's like it's a lot of energy.
A lot of vitality, too.
Man, I was about to say something my sister would have said, but I don't want to say it.
I mean, up to you.
There's a lot of wasted babies.
Dude.
Like, for all you know, you could have shot off the world's biggest doctor to cure cancer. And
but instead, you spent it watching Riley Reid for 10 minutes.
Like, but
could have cured cancer.
Could have. Yeah, I don't know. You could have actually fed yourself today because there's people that have an issue with, like, they'll spend all day in the bed. But I didn't realize that the world we live in really, one, is over-sexualized. Two,
huge.
It's in movies. It's in TVs. Like you can't music. Half the music we listen to, you got to wear a condom to listen to it.
You're not wrong. You gotta wear a condom to like watch the music videos too.
You do. Like I feel like I should be on birth control, and there's not a pill for me to take yet.
Mm-mm.
But it's one of those things where it's like it's oversaturated.
It's like you said the word programmed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta program yourself, or you'll become programmed.
Pretty much. And
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta deprogram.
Deprogram, bro.
You have to deprogram.
Deprogram. That's a
Because
key word.
You can't put software on top of software. Sometimes
Yeah, you gotta
delete it,
Oh.
and that's just one of those things that I found myself on my journey. Is even
Yeah.
like with weed, I used to never smoke. It was like 26, I got hurt,
Mhm.
and was like, I'm not taking Western medication because that makes me sick all day.
Side effects,
Yeah,
yeah.
side effects. I'm sleeping. I'm angry. I'm emotional. People are looking at me like, is he bipolar? No, it's the medication today.
Right.
And tomorrow it's the depression because I'm not on the medication, so I no longer feel a false sense of comfort.
What did you hurt?
So I was on workman's comp. I hurt my
Uh-huh.
back,
Oh, okay. Man.
messed up my ankle.
Mm.
Ended up with what the world said was permanent nerve damage.
Oh.
God said something different.
Right.
'Cause I'm
Right on.
back in the gym.
Yeah, back at
But
it.
it was a phase. It was something that I had to go through. One, God allowed that to happen just to show me how selfish I was in that moment. Like, I'm going to be real about it, because it was like, you go to work, you're still struggling like the majority of people, but you have really selfish moments with your own self.
Yeah. Hear that.
And it was like, you go to work, you come home, you pay your bills, you stay at home. You spend time with the child. You come back home. I was very, very selfish with me.
You're in like a routine.
If you didn't, in a routine, or if you didn't fit inside of the mold I felt that you were supposed to fit in, which was really a mold to protect myself,
Mhm.
which really didn't protect me. It kept me isolated, which kept me from being there for people I needed to be there for. So it was like, God allowed that to happen in that moment. And just to also show me how much attached I was to money. Like, I didn't have much to give away, but I enjoyed the thrill of going to work every day to make money.
Of course.
Even if I had to spend it. It was like, I
Right.
just spent my whole paycheck. I got $600 left for the next 2 weeks. I was still thrilled about that.
Yeah.
And that was becoming an issue. So
Oh, because that was like one of your primary drivers at the time.
one of them. So when I got hurt, it was just kind of like, okay, we're going to medicate somehow. So I started smoking. But I didn't realize that even in that time, even though I used it from the standpoint of not feeling bad, when I no longer needed it, it was still very present in my life. It was like, okay, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to come home, but when I get off of work, I'm going to pour me a glass of something to drink, and I'm sitting on my patio, and I'm going to smoke these times. I'm going to sleep. Or I'll go work out, or I'll spend time with the family. But I got to the point to where I realized every day for a year, I had something to smoke.
Wow.
And it was like, do you realize the amount of money that you just
It just
like,
went down the drain.
3 G's, like an eighth, it's $30 every time. Wait a minute, what is you doing? That adds up.
Dang. Yeah.
That adds up.
That was like is 8. I don't know. I know
3
weed
grams.
terminologies. I know I've never smoked, so like I don't know what how much is an average. How much did you go through a day?
So, okay, fun fact. Sorry, y'all. I never just rolled.
Uh-huh.
Not a roller.
Okay.
I could never just smoke like that. I would have to break it down, put it in my hookah,
Oh,
and smoke it that way.
interesting.
Because if I taste it, I would get nauseated.
Oh, dude, I hate the smell of weed. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Which was weird. So, apparently, I shouldn't have been on it in the first place.
Right.
I should have never started smoking.
But you did it for the pain relief
For
aspect.
the
in
pain
first place.
relief. But then you get used to it. But then it would still... That's how I know God was telling me I didn't need it. I would get mad because the smell would be in my house. And I never smoked in the house. I would make my hookah in the house, light it outside.
Right.
But the fact that it's on the patio, you walk in, it's on you, it was just kind of like, okay, I'm not here for it. But it was something that I realized I actually used as a coping mechanism through that process, so it stayed afterwards. But then I also realized that I was dealing with a lot of lustful issues because, let's just be honest, when you smoke weed, 3 things happen. hungry, horny, and sleepy.
Mm.
And when you're already dealing with a lustful issue, it's like, okay, now you're adding
It's like
more fuel to the fire.
Yeah, 2xing it. Yeah.
So it was just a lot that I had to realize, like, this is a lot that you got to deal with. It's a lot you got to deal with. And that's just basic, like, surface. We can go a lot deeper, but...
How did you pull your, like, I mean, if you want to share, like, how did you pull yourself out? Because, I mean, do you smoke a lot less now, or not
A
at all?
lot less. So now if I do, more of me being from Colorado, I think it's one of those things where it's kind of like, okay, like, yeah, it's as they say, it's in the Colorado blood, it's in the culture, but I don't smoke like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really have a desire to smoke. If I did, it's literally a situation where it's like, this is me and my friends, we gonna let loose, have fun, and
Social.
that's it. But those moments are very far and few in between, because once I have to actually smell it, I'm starting to get like, it's like really loud. Like, this is one, weed is one drug you can't do secretively.
Agreed, bro. That's why every time a cop pulls somebody over, they're like, yeah.
Like, I have friends, and it's so funny because people don't realize that when you smoke regularly like that, it can come out in your pores.
Oh, like you can sweat?
You can
smell?
Like, I've sat in the sauna with friends who you never would think would smoke. And then while you're sitting there, you like, you smell like...
You been puff passing?
You've been puffing, no passing, because it came out heavy. Like alcohol, kind of, sort of. Like when
you can smell alcohol and sweat, for sure. Like at the club and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That people be dancing and shit, and you're just like...
horrible.
Oh, man.
Who smells like tequila and old I don't get it. But,
why you smell like bourbon on a Thursday evening? Like,
yeah, you at work. Did you go to... Yeah.
But you can smell on people's breaths, too. That's like the biggest thing.
That, and then... I don't know. I've always been able to tell when people are drinking. Like, they're like... your mannerisms change. Even if you're not, like... I know people who can go have 2 or 3 shots, feel a little lighter. Other than that, you won't be able to tell. And it's still like, no, your behavior's off. So for me, it's the whole... I don't know. It's the whole thing. But so you're a smoker?
So I'm what they call a straight edge. I've never drank or smoked before.
Really?
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been. Like, because let me tell you something. It's ghetto.
It's what?
Ghetto.
It's word?
Ghetto. Because sometimes it's something you can't just always easily put down. Like, you were like, well, how did you pull yourself out? To get back to your question, it was prayer, a lot of angry days, but it actually caused me to have to deal with my emotions. Because when you don't have that
coping mechanism,
you actually deal and feel it. So it was actually allowing myself to feel, which is why I tell men all the time, if you feel like crying, cry. You have to learn to process those feelings and emotions somehow.
Yeah.
At some age, at some time.
You can't keep it bottled up.
You can't. So my thing was just allowing myself to do things my dad said men weren't necessarily supposed to do, which was cry.
Like in front of other people, right?
Yes. I will cry in front of other people.
Oh, okay. That's very hard for me to do. Because I think I was like I guess the time your dad came from, my dad probably came from the similar time, but you know, we were all raised as when we were younger, man up, all that stuff. So it's tough. I mean, the only time I've ever cried is in front of my dad, but and my mom. But like, yeah, it's tough, man.
I can be an emotional one, but I'm also a creative, so I've always naturally expressed my emotions. My dad didn't understand it all the time, I don't think. My mom understood it, but my mom just love you if you see this. Hey, girl. I feel like she didn't necessarily learn how to deal with her own emotions at times because she came from an abusive background. Her father was verbally and physically abusive and was an alcoholic. So it was one of those things, and then on top of that, being a biracial child in Texas during the 60s.
That's tough. That's a whole.
It's a whole thing.
That's a mess right there, man.
And then my dad grew up in Mississippi. He's from Columbus, Mississippi. So he grew up in the 60s through. So it was just kind of like my parents had to learn to mask emotions sometimes,
Right.
instead of deal with it. Where my mom always used to tell me, express yourself. And then when I expressed myself, it was, you smart mouth. And it's like, I'm not being smart. I'm just telling you how I feel.
I'm doing what you said I could do.
Yep.
What I was comfortable. I felt comfortable enough to do around my family, but
Yeah. But it's also a cultural thing. Like in the world we live in, there are men of all different races that are like, you're not supposed to cry. Man up. They tell call their sons punks if they're crying or expressing emotion. But then you're mad that your child is on drugs or strung out,
yeah,
or using some type of substance, or in some cases just becoming blatantly disrespectful to the parent. So I had to just kind of allow myself to deal with those emotions. That was also when I started going to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And my therapist was like, so like week 2, she was like, so tell me something you realize about yourself. And I'm like, I'm effed up. And she was like,
straight up.
That's not kind to yourself. No, I'm up. Call it what it is. I had to look at sexual abuse, divorce, sister and I no longer as close, dad not quite understanding me, not able to always be there like I wanted him to, mom working, going to school. It was just kind of like
traumatic
just
experiences
across the board. And then being a child that was bullied in school, but also the troublemaker for defending himself.
It's crazy how that works, right?
Yeah. It does. And then my mom didn't make it any better because she put me in martial arts.
Oh, so you're whooping people's asses.
Every seemed like once a year she'd be like, why I gotta come pick you up from school? Why can't you keep your hands to yourself? Why they gotta touch me?
Yeah. Why they gotta talk shit?
It didn't talk shit. I was cool. You can talk all the mess, and I'm still the same way now as an adult. Talk all the mess you want about me. Talk about Jesus. Don't touch me.
Right.
That is like highly offensive. Now that I'm older, I've learned to deal with it a little better.
Yeah.
Like, I've been hit a couple times and turned the other cheek. There have been some times I didn't quite turn the cheek.
Of course.
God ain't through with me yet.
Not yet, bro. Still
But
kicking.
it was a lot of that. It was going to actually purposefully unpack the trauma. But then I also, in that process, had to find ways that made me happy outside of that.
Right.
So fitness made me happy outside of that.
Right.
Spending time with the little one made me happy outside of that. Being able to go on trips made me happy outside of that.
Right.
I started realizing that the only time I would smoke or drink or would feel the need, even just sexually, just to give other people time and attention in that way that they didn't really deserve, was if I was not dealing with my emotions. If I suppressed it, I was more active in whatever my sin of the day was going to be.
I hear that.
So it was just recognizing, like, okay, you got to fix this somehow. You got to deal with it. And then me just getting tired of spending money.
That'll do it, man.
No, because
that's a very powerful motivator.
Yeah.
Just money.
Money.
Yeah.
Money.
Because like money is great, not to have a bunch of zeros in your bank account, but to use as a tool to get the life that you want. To have the quality of life that you want, money is a great tool to get there. Instead of just being like, oh yeah, I have a bunch of money. It's just money's just numbers, right? Numbers never end.
Yeah.
But if you're like, all right, if I get into this like bracket of whatever earnings, then I'll be able to have this life. I'll be able to give my child this life. I'll be able to give my family this life, and I'll be able to thrive in all the ways I wasn't able to before.
True.
Yeah.
True. But one of the things we got to remember with that is if you don't deal with those issues, that are, it's an issue, but those problems that go undealt with, when you get money, it actually fuels that.
Ooh, it intensifies them.
It really does, because now you have at your fingertips whatever you need to go make that happen.
That's true. That's very true. Money doesn't fix your problems, it accentuates them.
It definitely does. Yeah. It definitely does.
Whoever you were before you made money is who you're going to be, but like times whatever. If you made like whatever, if you're making like $6,000 a year and you go to make $60K a year, you're going to be 10 times X whatever you were when you were making $6,000 a year. Like, I'm saying that just personal experience. Like when I was personal training, I wasn't making shit. Like, but then I got a corporate job and started making more money. But I just like I would eat like ground beef and like not pasture raised eggs. Now I eat grass fed beef and pasture raised eggs. 10x like whatever I was doing before, you know. Versus like if this was before, if I never had like my gut issue, I'd be eating out all the time, all the time. I would use all the money I have to just eat food out every day, bro.
And I'm a foodie.
Every day, bro.
I'm a foodie, but I'm a foodie in a cook way. Like a lot of my friends are like, we can go out to eat, and then I look at these restaurants and I'm like, the devil is a liar. I'm not finna
pay $60 for no
for a plate this big.
Yeah, for no avocado toaster.
I can fuzz. Make my head itch thinking about it.
Right.
But no, but that too also was part of the reason I had to stop drinking. For me, I grew up with irritable bowel syndrome. Yep. But my doctor, with research study, has let me know that people who have a lot of digestive issues, at some point, in most cases, have dealt with some type of trauma. And mine was accentuated through my entire childhood. And then the amount of times that me as an adult traumatized myself. Because I have to be real about that. I did that too. And it was like, why are you doing something you don't really want to do? But
damn, that's powerful. That's a really good information to have.
Yeah, we do. We traumatize ourselves. And we don't realize it.
Yeah.
And it was like, you trying to heal trauma, but you traumatizing yourself. Okay. It didn't dawn on me one day. Thank gosh. I have little people in my life who are observant. I have nieces and nephews, a beautiful little G baby who's my child. We had a conversation about him. That's my little stink bug.
Yep.
But he asked me one day, he said, why are you nervous? And I said, I'm nervous about what? I was ready to go on a date. I already knew what was about to happen.
Right.
I was already like, but I don't want to go here with you.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the whole time, I never realized I was fidgeting until he was like, why are you doing that? What's wrong with you? And it was just kind of like, I'm literally about to do something I don't want to do, which is traumatizing to me.
Oh.
And he was like, But I never thought about it. I went to therapy, talked to my therapist about it, and she was just kind of like, yeah, we do that. In the same way that people who were molested a lot of times use that as a coping mechanism. Yeah. She was like, it's the same way that people who are alcoholics will still go out with their friends knowing that they're putting themselves in an environment.
Yeah.
They don't want to go there to drink, but they know it might be inevitable. So you have that anxiousness like, oh my God, and it's playing in your head all day. I got to be good. I got to do this. I can't touch this. I can't do that. But then at the end, if you fail, you literally have taken every thought that was negative in that moment on your shoulders and set it in your lap. You're trying to stand up.
Wow.
It's hard.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
So it's like, why am I traumatizing myself?
Dang. Trauma equal like being a factor, I guess, or correlating to gut issues. That's huge.
It is.
Because your gut is people call it the second brain, but it's actually the first brain, I feel like. Because when you get that gut instinct to not do something, and your gut's telling you, it's like, don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
And then
turn
you start
around.
to contemplate,
turn around.
Something I should do?
Yeah.
Not do? It's literally is.
Yeah.
When you stress out, like for me, I know when I'm stressed because it's a tightness in my stomach. I also can tell when I'm getting anxiety real bad because I start having stomach cramps. Why is it that my diet has been predominantly pesca vegan, as my mom calls it?
Like fish and vegetables?
Fish, vegetables, like fresh fruits, juices, smoothies.
Right.
Now, I'll say recently, I've been messing them burritos up. Like,
dude, what's that spot? Valerie's?
Valerie.
Shout out Valerie's. I've never been there. I've never been there, but the way Terance and Joe talk about it is fire.
Bruh, love it. I will eat a burrito.
Side note, are you done, by the way?
I'm cool. Like, I'm low-key full, but
so
I really want to keep eating. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm fat.
If you want to grab a few more pieces, I'm going to go put this downstairs, put this mic in the middle, and then we'll crack into some dessert here in a second.
Ooh, what we got?
Honey? I know what you're thinking. You're like, bro, this dude just Winnie the Pooh'd me right now, and I'm like, no, just.
I mean, but while you're laughing, Tiffany called me Winnie the Pooh earlier today.
No way, dude. That's small world, man. I say that's a synchronicity right there.
It is. But bro, this steak.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I need another one. I don't even eat meat like that.
You what?
Don't even eat meat like that.
I know. that's the crazy part when you said you don't eat like that, and then that's why I'm glad. I'm glad we got to experience the steaks.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm in your world.
Yeah, 100%. This is the next step in my world, dude. This is the only carb I eat. It's the only carb my stomach can handle.
Seriously?
Dead ass. Yeah, I can't handle bread or rice or anything. It cuts my gut up.
So, if you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
your digestive issue, what?
It's ulcerative colitis. So, see how you said you have IBS? So I have IBD.
Ooh, okay.
So it's like inflammatory bowel disease, right? And like, I mean, all these, yeah. So all these for me are just like, they're kind of just like, they're words. I understand their meaning behind it and all that. But when my doctor says, hey, we can't cure it, we don't know what causes it, and you got to take these pills and it'll cure you, that to me just rings my bullshit meter, like really heavy. And so the reason I started the carnivore diet was I started off with an elimination diet at first.
Yeah.
Where I was eating boiled chicken and egg whites and kale.
I'm not trying to snap
carrots, salmon, coconut yogurt, blueberries, almond butter, and like one other thing. Oh, and I was drinking like 32 ounces of cabbage juice a day. And I started every morning. Yeah, and I started every morning with 16 ounces of celery juice because like of all the stuff my mom and I read. So this is 2019, like right after I graduated college. The first like 2 or 3 months of 2019, like I was like shitting blood every single day, multiple times a day, type of thing. Like not a good time.
It's
right?
not, because I've been there.
Yeah.
With mine.
I've
been there, and it's like.
Yeah, it's rough, man. And you're trying to figure out, like, what do I eat to not mess my stuff up, right?
Yeah.
And so the doctors kept telling me, all of them, bro, all of them said food has nothing to do with it.
Lies.
Just take these pills. And I'm like, bro, this is literally a digestive issue. How does food have nothing to do with it? Med school, get your shit together.
Western medicine,
man. But I mean, shout out. I got family that's doctors and shit. Shout out to you guys. I don't know if y'all watch this, but anyways, right, but like, it was messing me up, and I'm like, bro, like why can't nobody give me a straight answer, right? So I went to go see a functional medicine doctor one day. He put me on a bunch of supplements. He's like, all right, you can still take you can still take the pharmaceuticals. Take this, it'll like help repair your gut. And so was taking that consistently. It was like my vitamin D level was like absolute shit. It was like 16 when the average is supposed to be like what 30, something like that, and that's like on the low end. He did like my testosterone because I went from 150 pounds to 115 in the span of like 2 months.
Yeah.
Not a good time. Sitting around like 140 soaking wet right now. So it was a climb. It was a climb to get here, right?
Yeah.
Check my testosterone level. It was like 129 nanograms per deciliter, which is like the equivalent of what a grandpa is.
So your test level is ridiculous. But that makes sense because you're not getting
all the weight. Yeah. Couldn't absorb food properly. 6 months of supplements, 6 months of trying an elimination diet, eating that, like, whatever, right? And eventually I realized, I'm like, all right, what bothers me? The kale with my eggs in the morning bothers me, so I cut the kale out. And then, like, by this time, I was having scrambled eggs in the morning. I was having 2 eggs and 2, like, 93.7 lean beef patties in the afternoon. And then I was eating some coconut yogurt with some almond butter after lunch and some honey. And then I was having salmon, avocado, and carrots at night. Okay. And, like, my stomach issues calmed down a lot, right? But every morning I still had to run to the bathroom. And I was like, man, what is up with this, right? So I'm like, all right, let me try this. I took, like, 2 weeks, and I took out the carrots and the avocados. And I'm like, I didn't have to run to the bathroom in the morning anymore.
Gotcha.
Then I took out the coconut yogurt and the blueberries and the almond butter. So I was left with beef, eggs, honey, and fish. And that was it. And now, like, the rare once in a while I'll have an issue, but just doing that elimination diet, I wrote down everything I ate for 270 days, 9 months straight, just like every single day, and like how I reacted to it to figure out to just like, manage or just to measure how I was feeling. And this is what I got left with. And so now we're here. Now every day, bro, like I am like, when you go through trauma and you're at the rock bottom, right?
Yeah.
Every day above rock bottom is a good day.
It really is.
It really is, right? You can relate.
Is.
You can relate, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like now, even still to this day, bro, like like the day, like if I don't shit blood, like I'm on top of the world. It's 100 out of 10 day for me.
Yeah,
So
and that's how
yeah,
honestly, a lot of people don't who deal with irritable, just
digestive issues.
don't
Yeah.
realize the amount of strain it is. Because like even for me, I can eat more than I've ever eaten more in my life now.
Mm.
But that didn't happen till after I started my herbalist journey.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started started using food as medicine per se. And that was when it was like, okay, this is so much easier.
Yeah.
But one thing that I can say is no matter how good I am in here, if I get stressed,
Goes
it's a
out the
wrap.
window.
If I get stressed, I'm dealing with bowel movements that are either
Yeah.
way too loose or way too hard.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with blood in one way or another.
Yep.
I'm dealing with nausea and vomiting and still at work. Like, hey, welcome to LA Fitness.
Oh,
How's it going?
man.
And dealing with everybody's issues and still trying to work out and be productive. And it's hell. Excuse
Absolute,
my
bro.
language. It is hell.
And it's not anything that shows up on the outside either. It's internal, so nobody
Yeah.
nobody understands what's
what it
going
is.
on. Yeah.
Unless like it's been a couple of times where members were like, "Oh, you must have had a good lunch," and it's like, "No, that's gas. That's inflammation. That is get out of my face."
Yeah. That's a goicha workout and leave me alone.
Because
Like,
clearly you just disrespected me.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but other than that, like medicine wise, with trying not to, because medicine can cause, like for me, they changed my medicine 3 times, and I'm like, I'm still having issues. What's the point in me taking it?
Exactly.
Kind of like you.
Yeah.
What else in that have you noticed?
What
like,
can I do?
Yeah, what
else
can you
is
do?
there?
Or what have you figured, like, just about life and environment? Like, do those type of things trigger you?
Yeah.
Ways with.
Personally, yeah. Lack of sleep is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Huge one. Just because of the recovery aspect, right? Like
Yeah.
your gut needs time to recover, and like a lot of time when recovery happens is
It's
sleep. And then extreme temperature changes. I don't know how accurate that one is, but like in the middle of the summer when we had like multiple 100-degree days, I was just like I was a mess. Like I was like, even though I was eating right, everything was good, and like I wasn't cheating on my diet too much. The only times I ever cheat on my diet is when I go to American barbecue or Korean barbecue.
Okay.
Those are still like meat heavy places.
Yeah.
They're just like not always the same type of meat that I cook myself, but.
Yeah.
Extremely hot weather, and then like in the wintertime when the seasons change and it gets like 20 degrees, like 110 degrees and 20 degrees are like those are like my not happy places. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't.
Do you have
noticed
anything like that?
anything.
Yeah.
For me, it's like stress.
Stress,
It's
yeah. That helped. That
Environmental
definitely does.
weather hasn't really, to me.
Yeah.
And again, that's something that I feel like I now need to look at.
It might just be like something like I'm psyching myself out with, because also in those times I've also got hit with like extreme amounts of workload.
Gotcha.
It's been
So
stressful
like when
times
your
at work.
Stress is also elevating.
It's also that yeah. I guess it just correlates with the temperature being a certain way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I guess I'm just associating it with that, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just psyching myself out, maybe
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit,
Like,
but you never know.
No, because I've like it's weird things that people don't realize that like I've noticed that will trigger me.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed if I get into an argument with my like family, but it's worse with my biological sister. If me and my, as I call her, Sweet Pea, if me and her get into it for the next week, I'm messed up. No matter how clean my diet is, no matter how much
Interesting.
I intermittent fast just to give my belly a break.
Love that.
It doesn't matter. I'm active.
Yeah.
And I can always tell when I'm becoming active. Like, I don't know if I told you, my stepbrother a few weeks ago passed away.
I think you might have mentioned it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mentioned it to people, and then it was just like it didn't exist anymore because I
Okay.
can't deal.
Of course.
Now that was one of the moments where people couldn't see me at work cry.
Right.
Jim mom, Miss Janet. I don't know if you know her, Miss Janice, but she had me like for a moment when I was like, oh, I'm itching, for lack of a better words. That's how I kind of felt. But afterwards, I broke out in a rash right here.
Oh wow.
I couldn't figure out why. Well, then 3 days later, I had diarrhea every day.
Wow.
And then I'm like, okay, this definitely has to deal with this
Right.
on top of everything else I was dealing with.
Right.
And then I noticed I was doing good for a couple days. My stepdad and I had a conversation. That same day I ate lunch. No sooner than it went in, it came out.
Up top?
Up top.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, but I'm not cramping. I'm not having these issues. The day of his funeral, we had a conversation, and it was just like everything inside of me just started to. And I was sick for days. Like, I couldn't sleep, but when I could sleep, my stomach was hurting. I would try to work out, but just to stretch my belly.
Oh, I know that feeling.
It was like, what is wrong?
Yeah.
And it took me like prayer. Literally, that was the only thing for me that kind of took the weight off to give me a break here. But I just now this week got to a point to where, well, last week, where I'm just able to eat like I used to.
Okay, that's good.
So it was just like, this is crazy. Like, but school stresses me out. So I'll be in class now looking to do it, and it's just like, why am I cramping? But I'm stressed out about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, like, and that's why I tell people, don't stress. You cannot stress, don't stress. You will kill your body.
Yeah.
Because it will start to eat itself, literally, from the inside out. And ulcerative colitis, irritable bowel syndrome, autoimmune diseases. People don't realize that.
That's what they said it was autoimmune. That's my doctor said.
So your body is attacking itself.
Yeah.
But it attacks itself when you get stressed.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, mentally, I have to tell myself, okay, body, we're not committing suicide today.
Yeah.
We are literally
living.
going to live, and we're going to figure this out. So I notice, like, it's environmental sometimes. Like, when I remove myself, I get better.
Yeah, that makes sense. Man, I'm glad we could bond over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
because I
interesting.
never knew.
Dude, yeah. It's rough, man.
Anything.
Yeah, I know.
And
It's just
you were
never.
always like, I eat steak, so I never would have thought, because me and meat with
It's crazy. People's bodies work so differently, man.
I can't do meat.
Yeah, people's bodies work differently.
I can't do dairy either, because that.
Yeah, dairy messes me up.
Yeah, I'll backfire all day.
Dude, if I eat like a clove of spinach or whatever, like I'll be on the ground in pain. Yeah. But hey, try some of this out real quick.
Okay.
You're not allergic to cinnamon, right?
No, I love cinnamon.
Perfect. There's some cinnamon in here that I put in earlier. Just feel free to grab a little spoon of it and let me know.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Let me know what you think. I like introducing people to this type of honey. I don't get sponsored by it or anything, but I just really enjoy it.
We got to work on that, guy. Get you a sponsorship.
Dude, I wish, man.
Y'all need to
Yo,
share
YSB Farms.
people.
Yeah.
Show us some love.
Right. It's
Ooh, 60 calories.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just straight carbs, man. It's like 17 grams of carbs.
Ooh, I need this in my life.
Oh yeah, dude.
I need this in my life. Just because I've been trying to figure out ways to put the weight on, because when I got sick and had COVID, that's another reason I had a flare up. COVID caused me to literally have a flare up, and the doctor in the hospital was like, "Oh, like you're hard and you're impacted," and I'm just like, "Huh?" And she was like, "You have irritable bowel syndrome." I'm looking at the chart. I'm like, "Yeah, when can I go home?" And she was like, "Not today, because you have COVID. You have 103 fever. It has not broken.
Holy crap!
But you so inflamed in here, I can't send you home." And it literally caused a flare up.
Dang.
So if you've never had COVID but have any type of digestive issue, protect yourself.
Whenever I get sick, like, I mean, I got COVID like 2 years ago, and dude, isn't that fire, bro?
That's okay. We don't have to go ahead.
Dude, yeah, you can take a picture of that if you want. he said that's mom taking that.
It's mine now. No,
Whole Foods, bro. This is a 2-pound jar right here.
Yeah, because this is heavy.
Yeah.
It's very dense, though.
Yeah, it's like it's crystallized, right? It's different from the honey that we know, like in the bottles, right?
But I like it because it's sweet, but it's not like super sweet.
It's kind of almost like salty in a way, but not really salty. It's like it has a certain texture and flavor to it. It's not as rich as like normal honey.
Yeah.
That like messes up your throat because you're just like, I can't eat any more of this. It's like just enough of a flavor profile that hits.
Yeah, I like it. I like it with the cinnamon too.
Oh, dude, the cinnamon makes it. Yeah,
this is delightful,
dude. So this is what like my life has come.
I don't know if it's the meat or this, but my stomach just started bubbling. So I might have to take it. Might have to take it a little light, but this is
no worries. Yeah, let me know, man. Yeah, this is a combination of stuff I have to make. Like I made a crepe the other day, and I can't eat flour or anything or bread, right? You want to know how I made it? I whipped together 3 egg yolks and 1 egg white, So 2 egg yolks and 1 whole egg,
Mhm.
and I got a really like a 12-inch pan, and I put put a bunch of butter on it. And I put the egg there, and then I let it,
Yeah.
kind of omeletize a little bit. That's
Yeah.
not a word, but it is now.
Yeah. I like it.
Right, and I rolled it up, and then I put some of this honey on top, and then I put some cinnamon on top, and then I took it off, and then I ate it like a crepe, like a pancake, pretty
Hey,
much.
there's nothing
It
wrong
was
with that.
so
'cause
good.
I bet it was, because this is good.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to ask you a question, and it just slipped my mind.
My bad, man. Go ahead.
No, you're okay, because that gives me an idea when I want to have a fat snack moment, and I'm like, oh, your calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calories doesn't like you need more calories, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I need. Well, I'm more so at a point. I need more carbs than calories.
Yeah, dude, I saw your shake. It has like 200 grams of carbs.
Bro,
That's nuts.
that
What
very
the
nuts.
fuck?
Now, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
So, one thing that I did not know before I started looking into the nutritionist part of things and becoming an herbalist and actually learning what these preservatives and additives and what was, because I was going through school like, I'm not eating that no more.
Right.
Like, I'm not eating that. That comes from an otter's what? Nah.
What?
Like,
Dang.
but it supplements. Like, I can't use every type of pre-workout. I can't
there's so many
use every
fillers and
type.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't use every type of protein, even if it is like a vegan protein. Certain pea proteins make me sick. So like, I finally found that mass gainer that didn't irritate my stomach.
Perfect.
So it's like I can use that one. But yeah, I'm trying to put my weight back on, because COVID took 15 pounds off of me in 3 weeks.
Dang.
And like a week of that, I didn't eat anything.
Right.
So it was just kind of like, you lost muscle, you lost fat. You can leave the fat, but we need to put the muscle back on.
Right. Yeah. No, I feel that. How did your fitness journey start? Were you like an athlete in school and stuff, or like how did you get into like the gym world?
Not so much. I remember my question though.
Go ahead, ask it. Ask your question, then we'll
So
have
you ever tried to make your own bread with like almond
flour?
Yeah.
My mom did it one time. Didn't have a good reaction from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My buddy he doesn't have gut issues, but he's like very big into this like health centric life. He makes his own sourdough bread. Shout out Jair Robinson, aka Mr. President.
I need some sourdough bread.
Yeah. Dude, actually y'all get along really well. He's a big he's big into his faith as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we might have to have have
big into
another
his faith.
steak.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll get a little collab session going.
I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
he's really big into his faith. And he's big into like he makes music as well. So
I definitely need to talk to him.
he's a cool guy.
That's something that I'm trying to get into now.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll set it up, man. I'll hit him up. He's in St. Louis right now. Shout out to St. Louis. I don't know what you're doing there. I forgot. I don't know if you had a wedding, but anyways, yeah, no bread. Yeah, like that type of bread. No,
Yeah.
but sourdough bread. We'll get you hooked up.
Okay,
Get you
I'm here
hooked
for
up.
it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Okay. So your question was, now
Yeah.
I'm not gonna forget that either, because I'm gonna see you next time and be like, so where's this bread at? Like,
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Okay.
Not like this week. Probably not because
He's not here.
yeah. Next week I'm gone.
Regretful.
So, yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
I'm going to Vegas next week for like my day job.
The amount of disrespect. No, you're like the 5th person over this from like Friday up until now that's like, I'm going to Vegas. I've never touched my foot in Nevada before.
In the what?
In Nevada.
Oh, no way, bro. You
Yeah.
gotta go. Well, I mean, you
But I feel like
can
if
go.
I
You can
I'll be
go.
whorish.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I think, like, now that I think about it, I don't. I want to go, but I don't, because it's like I feel like I'm gonna be whorish.
Oh, I fully plan on. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going for like a work thing, so I don't know how
Not to
much
be-
time. Yeah.
I'm trying to be more thoughtful than thoughtful.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah. But I fail sometimes.
Dude, it's tough,
I
man.
fail.
Like we were talking about earlier today, man. Like the temptation in this day and age is just
Yeah,
something else, man.
it is. It is. But I mean, but that's part of, like, to go back to your question about the fitness journey. How I got started into that was literally, that's part of it. Let me not lie. So, my grandfather had heart issues.
Mm-hmm.
He had diabetes, high blood pressure. He had strokes, heart attacks. He wasn't a smoker, but my dad was a smoker. But my dad ended up the same: strokes, heart attacks, high blood pressure, sick, diabetes, getting better. And a lot of people don't realize with diabetes and high blood pressure, you can really reverse it.
You can. Yep.
Provided you are intentional.
Mm.
So he's had to really, hey daddy, real
Shout out.
intentional moments. And then he's had some where it was like, no. So I kind of picked up on that. And then telling myself, like, when I was younger, I don't want to be sick. I got to do better. I got to make sure. I see that we have heart issues on dad's side of the family. Then realizing cancer runs on my mom's side of the family. Diabetes runs on my mom's side of the family. High blood pressure. I'm almost wanting to say schizophrenia does as well. Just from a mental health aspect. And your diet really does impact your mental health.
Agreed.
So for me, it was like, so what are we going to do different? But then it was mid-20s, digestive tract issue, started throwing up blood one day, went to the restroom the next day. Every bowel movement I had was bloody. And I was just like, okay, what's going on? And my doctor was like, you have a pretty decent diet. You have things that I'm sure you could not do. At that time, I wasn't a big drinker. I've never been a drinker unless it's wine. Like I guess I'm really God's child in that aspect because I love wine.
The Holy Sacrament.
I
I know a little bit, dude. I know a little bit.
A little wine.
Yeah.
A little wine. But it wasn't big. But at that time, it was like, okay, I was hanging out with friends a lot.
Social drinking.
School was out. They come over 2 or 3 times out of the week. Somebody would cook. Somebody would bring. We figured out we'd have drinks. And I was thinning my blood.
You were thinning your blood.
My blood was thinning because alcohol thins your blood.
Right.
But I didn't realize that I was having a digestive issue. So eventually I started having like a small tear in my lower intestine and didn't know it. So I ended up in the hospital off and on for about 2 months. Like each week I was in the hospital for a couple of days, losing blood, anemic,
Right.
Losing weight, skin dried up. Like I started looking like leather to me.
Like malabsorption.
Yeah. And everybody was like, is he sick? What's going on? And we finally figured out, like, no, his irritable bowel syndrome is getting worse. And that was when my GI was like, okay, we need to figure out what this is, because if not, you're going to end up with ulcerative colitis.
Wow.
Or you're going to end up in a situation where we're going to have to go and do surgery again, remove scar tissue. We're going to have a whole
mess
situation. Yeah. So it was like, what do I need to do? She was like, be more active. So I was already working out, but that was when I started doing cardio.
Right.
And then it was like, no, I don't like the way cardio do my body. So it was, well, what are we going to do from an aspect of maintaining muscle? So I started lifting. And in that process, coming out of I was out of workman's comp.
Right after you hurt your back.
Yeah. It was like, okay, what are we going to do for our mental health? Well, I realized lifting literally lifted my mood.
Physicality, mentality, bro.
Yeah.
The same.
So
man.
it was like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Like, how are we going to do this? But it honestly became a way of life. It was like, this makes me feel whole. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel fulfilled in ways. Like, because my dad wasn't doing that after he got out of the Army. He wasn't working out regularly.
Right.
He worked on cars. He did stuff outdoors. He's an
active person.
Yeah, but it
not
wasn't
specific. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, okay, what are we gonna do? And then I started learning more about the spirituality aspect, the biblical aspect of fasting, and really searching like what God said we should do for our bodies and how we should care for our bodies and the do's and the don'ts of our bodies. Which that was when I learned out that I was real thoughtful. I didn't realize that I could be so thoughtful even with my thoughts.
Yeah.
It was like,
yeah.
Bruh.
I feel that sometimes.
So
too.
that also played a big part. It was like, okay, well, I can't ask God to bless me with a wife one day and children, but not take care of my body to be there for them. I can't ask God to bless me with this career that I want, but then I don't take care of my body to give myself the longevity to get there. it's kind of pointless. But then I realized my passion for actually helping people reach that goal.
For helping other people get to
For the physical aspect.
their
of
physical
goal.
goals. Yeah. Okay.
So it was just kind of like, I just kind of gravitated to it. But it was really the spirituality aspect of it. Because people don't realize it can be part mental and part spiritual for a lot of people.
Right.
For me, it was that and a whole bunch more. So that was my we're really going to go into this.
Is that yours?
Nope. I think that was your computer door.
Okay. Wait, let me double check, make sure that this didn't get shut off. Oh, someone's calling me right now.
Hey, whoever's calling right now.
All right, let me just hold on.
All right.
I feel you, dude. I'm similar, bro. I'm 27, but my buddy who's gonna turn 22 tomorrow. Shout out Anik. Whenever I hang out with him, I'm like I feel super young. Yeah, we'll hang out on like a weeknight and stuff. I'll have work the next morning. We'll stay up till like 2, 3 in the morning, just like.
And you wake up energized.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing. And I'm like, dude, I don't know why. Like, I feel like mentally I'm 21 still. Like, yeah.
I feel like a big child.
Yeah.
I do. And I think that's why I get along with children so much. Because I'll be the first to say, my wife is I'm probably going to get on her nerves. Because my children are going to be so childish.
Oh, dude, yeah. And they're going to be super active. Like,
they're going to be childish and active. If they hang around my mom and sister, no disrespect, they're going to be slightly petty. Because the 9-year-old is petty now.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You don't give me a sister by the time I'm 12. Don't worry about it. Who asked you?
By the time I'm 12,
He's
that's
9. That's
dude,
3 years.
Yeah, but that's a whole. I mean, if he were to get a
I'm supposed to find the one.
Yeah.
Get married and have a baby in 3 years. It takes almost a whole year to bake a baby.
And it takes like 3 whole years getting to know somebody and know they ain't crazy.
Yeah. It's going to take about 3 years for her to just be able to deal with it.
Because like the first 18 months is like, you know, like after the first year and a half, then you finally get to know, the person.
Well, you get to know aspects of a person.
Aspects of the person.
And I say that because I am becoming more and more convinced that we as people, being ever transitioning, learning, evolving, I have to face the reality that when that day does come, the person that I went to sleep with last night is not going to be the person I go to sleep with that night or the next night. Because you will have learned something. You will have changed in some way.
True.
So it's kind of like I'm getting to know you in the mental aspect of how you think to a degree, but that always can change. The physical aspect can always change. The emotional aspect, hopefully they're emotionally balanced and stable. That shouldn't change too much.
Hopefully.
But there's a possibility that can change. So it's like who you are just in your essence of quirk and weirdness and things that other people might not like is literally the things we sometimes fall in love with other people. But it's like you're always going to be changing. And it's like that's scary. That's why I think I'm like, no, I'm cool, bruh. Like, don't rush.
Don't pressure me, man.
But I also have to tell him too.
Yeah.
You ask for a sister, you ask for a brother, but you might not like them.
Yeah.
I love my sister to death. Hey, girl.
Shout out.
I love all my siblings. Like, let's just put it out there. I'll fight for each and every one. How many
siblings do you have?
Ooh, so biologically one.
Okay, there's a story coming. Go ahead.
Biologically one.
Yeah.
My dad, hey dad, has been married a couple times.
What up, Dad? Shout out.
So I have bonus siblings.
Yeah.
And it's quite a few.
They all come to family reunions? It's not like that. It's not like that. No, gotcha.
There might be like, I can say this. When I get married, the majority of them will be there.
That's cool.
It might be a few that might be like, I don't know. But the majority of them will be there.
Right.
My bonus parents will be there. I don't know what kind of dysfunctional reunion it might look like, but it'll be a wedding nonetheless.
That's it. That's all we care about, right?
Yes, and it won't have an open bar, Mom. Don't think about it.
Oh.
Let me not do that. She gonna cuss me out.
Hey man, open bars are expensive.
That and then too,
people. Yeah, you don't want people ruining your night either.
I'm not even worried about that. Like the fact that I'm getting married, there's nothing that will
That's
ruin
true.
that
That's
night
true.
for me. Like it would have to be a tragedy. God, please keep it away. That can ruin that night for me.
Keep it away.
However, it's just. I've been there, done that, worn a t-shirt. I've been engaged. I've looked for venues.
Wow.
Yeah, same girl 3 times. Didn't
Oh,
work out.
What?
Yeah. That's trauma.
That's trauma, bro.
Trauma at 22.
Let me ask something though. Relating on the topic of just trauma in general, like, do you feel like your trauma has helped turn you into a better man?
Absolutely.
Right, and that's what. And do you feel? Do you believe that's what it should do?
It should.
Right.
It should. It should. And that even correlates to where God said that He promised to use our bad for our good. He promised to use the things we mess up on. He promised to use the plans of our enemy who put us in situations we shouldn't be in to be a step stool for us. So I believe it, but it's the mentality of it. But I've also realized that some trauma is just not easy to shake.
Agreed, 100%.
Some trauma, like I'm having to realize there might be some things as I get older that might just still, as an old adult, might bring me some type of angst. It may not be the same, thing it was at first, but it might be something to bring me some type of jitters and anxiety. Right. I notice that even when little kids are around me, I get so protective. And like I've had my nieces and nephews be like, "Uncle, we're fine," and it's like, "No, but I'm," and it's like, "No, that's your trauma."
Yeah.
One, you can't project that on them.
Right.
But then number 2, you will always have children around you that you have to defend, protect,
right,
be there for. Whether they're yours biologically, your nieces, nephews, cousins, whatever the case may be, you can't live your life living in fear that what happened to you will happen to them.
Right. That makes sense.
That's a hard
because they have to
concept
live their own
shape, though.
Yeah, they have to live their own life.
They do.
Even though no matter how badly what you went through, you want to impact on them.
Yeah.
It's just it won't. People learn mistakes by making them.
They do.
Like we can read books all we want and stuff and learn from other people's mistakes. But until we learn it the hard way, it doesn't hit, bro. It doesn't stick.
And some people can learn. Like I've noticed the difference between my sister and I. She was the studious one, the bookworm, the knowledge. She looked forward to coming home and doing homework.
Yeah.
I looked forward to going home and coloring.
Yeah.
Even in middle school, my mom was like, "You got homework? Yep. So you gonna do it? Yep. And then what you gonna do after that? Finish this."
Yeah. Finish my project.
Dad, your sister's in there reading a book. What you in here doing? Singing, looking up videos, trying to teach myself how to harmonize.
Right.
Like we were 2 different individuals. But for her, the studious educational standpoint, sorry, I don't want to get rid of this honey that's on this phone.
You're good. Feel free.
I'm being a glutton right now.
You're good, man.
Well, no, cause
bro, I go through like a jar of this a week, bro. You are not
because that 1 tablespoon, my stomach is still like.
Oh, it's bubbling.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
But I don't know if it's the meat or if it was that. So I'm trying to
you're trying to decide. Yeah. You can put it. You can put the spoon down and then just because I
might have to get another spoonful.
Yeah, feel free. Feel free, man. Feel free.
It is a diuretic for me.
Yeah. Oh, honey is or sugar?
Right now, that in itself might be
the okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
I can deal with it on the way home.
Yeah. How far away do you live from here? What part of town do you live in?
Right on the border of Plano, Richardson. Like
right
off George Bush.
That's like
2 minutes to get to work.
It's like 10 minutes away from here. Yeah. That's not bad.
It took me 2 minutes to get to work. But shoot, I lost track of thought. Just the 2 different ways that we were.
Right.
And what was your question?
Oh, it wasn't really a question. It was like the initial question was like, has your trauma made you a better man? You said yes, but then I don't think I had another question. We were talking about how different you and your sister were. Like you were trying to learn all these creativity things.
So
your
it
sister
was
studying,
it was
very
just
studious.
Just as a individual.
Yeah.
But that also in that kind of taught me how I deal with trauma.
Okay.
So my parents never understood, or I don't think they got it till I was older, why my outlet was the creative side of things.
Right.
Like, it's very easy for me to shut down and put it in my artwork. The question is, are you going to be able to decipher what I say or do or create?
Right.
My sister was very studious in that way. So when she dealt with her trauma, she was able to SAT word herself out of situations.
Oh, wow. Yikes.
Yeah, like she's that double major, triple minor, go to college, come back home, and like it never happened, and then say, "Oh, I want to go back to school for something else." Huh? Like, chick, you tripping?
Yeah.
Look at your student aid. Like, look at this. Look at this number.
Look at your student loans, man.
I'll draw.
Yeah. I'll draw.
I'll draw.
Oh my god.
I'll
that's
draw
so good.
because that's it. But that also
so
let me know
good,
how I dealt
man.
with trauma.
Yeah.
Because I, even as an adult, I put it into my workout. I put it into expanding my apothecary for my herbal supplement shop that I'm slowly building.
Right.
I put that into music. I put that into, but my parents never got that. They never got where like it was easier for me to shut down and put a book to the side and focus over here. But that allowing me to be creative actually allowed me to realize more ways of how God created me as an individual, which eventually allowed me to deal with the trauma.
Right. Kind of figuring out all that stuff helped you deal with what you were going through at the time.
What I was going through. And then even as an adult, it's kind of like, okay, I know how I'm wired now.
Right.
So I know triggers, I know things, I know places, big crowds, little crowds, how I'm going to, what's going to make me anxious.
You're very self-aware.
Very
self-aware.
So much that it gets on other people's nerves.
Yeah.
But it was trauma that made me that way, because as a younger child, if I hadn't gone through that, I don't think I'd be as self-aware. I think I would be like some of my family members that would speak first and ask questions later, and then they end up in a fight, drunk, or blatantly disrespecting somebody and not caring.
That's what happens when people listen to respond rather than listen to understand.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Big difference. How do you think it's helped you though? Like it's
trauma wise?
Yeah. Has it
in
any way? Because I know just having a digestive issue. For those people who don't know, when you don't know if you're gonna have a bowel movement that day or not, that can be traumatizing. It's
painful, man. It's
that can be traumatizing.
No pun intended. I've had some shitty days, like some just.
I second that.
Yeah.
I sit at the front of that roller coaster.
The gut issue is definitely, that was definitely one separate rock bottom in my life, but a different one was and most of them have been physical. Emotional trauma, I guess, and physical and emotional are kind of tied together. I mean, having the emotional trauma from the physical, seeing blood in the toilet bowl every day, multiple times a day, there's some that'll mess your head up. That does,
because you wonder, like, am I dying? Like, what's going on?
And especially when we're talking about the stuff earlier, it's like, okay, man up, whatever, right? I'm like, I don't want to tell anybody. Yeah. It took me like 6 weeks to tell my parents. Like, they're like, have you seen a doctor? I'm like, no. They're like, you should do that. Like 6 weeks ago, Yeah. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And like, my dad's the same way, dude. My dad's like, neck was hurting for 6 months and he didn't say anything, and then he ended up having to get surgery and something for it. Like, it's better now, but it's just like that, man.
Praise God. Dads are like that.
Yeah. But the other issue I had, I guess my other rock bottom, so that ulcerative colitis stuff was like late 2018, early 2019. The before that, it was I tore my ACL when I was 21, after work. Shout out LA Fitness Richardson.
Hey.
Non-contact injury, just planted my foot while I was playing basketball, turned to the right, boom, pop, down, screaming in pain, whatever, right? Next, 2 years recovery, because I don't think the doctor did anything wrong. He just didn't do the best job he could have with how my ACL, like, the reattachment or the reconstruction went. So, usually ACL goes it goes like this to make it functional, It's like boom, boom, right? Mine was like boom, boom. And so I couldn't walk properly for a long time. I think I got a trainer who taught me a lot of stuff, inspired me for sure. And he was the one who he's like literally we relearned how to walk forwards, backwards, sideways, like all this stuff, right? I mean, I was going to physical therapy at the time too, and just helping, but yeah, it was just a tough time, man. Like when your friends are over and your leg is in a cast and you can't move and you physically need two people to help you like go to the bathroom and shit. Like that is not it's not a pleasant situation, you know. And so that was that was when I was 21, so it was 2016. Went from like I know I don't look it now, and like if you look at my legs, you're probably just like, nah, you're BSing. But squatting 315 for 3 reps.
No, that's very possible.
Yeah, to sitting at like almost 160, you know, like a strong 156 at my height with like 11% body fat, 12% body fat maybe. But like it was I was in the peak. I was in like the physical peak of where somebody could be.
You do
Like
realize
where
you're
I
still
could be.
extremely young.
Oh, I agree.
Right?
No, 100%.
Oh, okay,
100%.
okay.
But like at that time, I was all I cared about was I didn't care about no, I was in school. I didn't care about school. I didn't care about women. I didn't care about making money. I just cared about like putting up a higher number like within like every month. All I cared was I was like, what's my PR? What's my PR? How much am I hitting? What am I hitting? That's all I cared about. Like my life was dedicated to eating food every 2 hours and just working out, and that was it. And like that was around the time I was personal training at the time too. Okay. But yeah, it was a rough it was definitely a rough time, but I learned a lot from it. Like I learned about corrective exercise. Yeah. I learned how compensations in the body happen. I learned how fucking lonely it gets when you can't walk and you know your friends are all busy and stuff. And it was tough, man. I learned how to be dry for months at a time from being thoughtful. It was a very rough time, you know, just. Yeah. Like when you can't walk, like when you break your arm and stuff, you can like walk around and shit, right? You're in a sling, but when you're like, yeah,
you can't.
When you're in a leg, you're done,
back
man.
Was jacked,
yeah, you can't get up.
You can't. And like for me, I had a concussion, so I dealt with post-concussion syndrome.
Oh,
so it'd be times I was on crutches and just literally back out, and
like black out.
Like
oh wow,
on the floor.
Yeah.
And it was several days. My mom walked in the house and was like, "What the?" And I'm like, "Why are you in my face? Like, you're on the floor." Oh,
yeah.
Like. I feel it. It's traumatizing because you kind of feel left out.
Yeah.
Of the loop. It's like, oh, y'all are going. I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you're just there, and it's like, you know, my friends would come over sometimes, and like, more often than not, man. Like, shout out to everybody that came through during that time, man. I appreciate all you guys. Love you guys. And but at the end of the day, you know, you still like have to like go to sleep alone. You still gotta like do all this stuff alone. You gotta wake up the next day. Parents were at work during the day. I had the house to myself, which is great. But like also, it's like it's rough.
That's when you find, for me,
who
I'm
you
gonna
are.
Be honest. Yeah. That's when I found out who I was.
Yes.
But that's when I found out exactly how jacked up social media could make a human being.
Yeah.
Because it was literally when I was in moments where I felt isolated or alone or dealing with some type of life change that could be traumatizing or have traumatizing aspects to it, if not dealt with appropriately, that I realized how much I sucked in of just filth.
Yeah. Oh, there was a lot of, I watched like all 8 seasons of House during my recovery period.
Oh, I watched all kinds.
But also that was like the PG stuff, you know? Like imagine not being able to leave your bed. What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? Like
you roll over and it's a bottle of baby oil.
Dude, it's literally just like, dude, I couldn't even get up to use the lotion. I just raw dog it, you know? Just
all right, I wasn't that bold,
but
I was too afraid I'm gonna start a fire.
Yeah.
But they could be smoking.
Yeah. But from those experiences,
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah. From those experiences, though, man, I as hilarious as they are for sure. From those experiences, though, I mean, before I was eating. Like both of these experiences, right? The ACL and the ulcerative colitis. Like I was eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I was eating ice cream sandwiches. I was eating like fucking Waffle House. I was eating Cane's. I was eating pizza. I was eating. Yeah. After I was lift, I would literally hit like a 2-hour workout, and I'd drive on the way home. I'd order a pizza. I'd order a medium pizza, eat it by myself, like crust and all, And when you're hungry, you eat the crust.
You eat the
You
crust.
eat the crust,
Oh
right?
no, you for real?
Yeah, 100%.
That,
Right? Like me and two of my friends, we were like working out 5 days a week, like at this LA Fitness right here, bro. Like
your body craves the carbs.
Yeah,
like people
yeah,
don't realize
exactly.
your physical exertion.
Yeah.
Trigger your body to crave certain things. Because I could eat a whole pizza by myself with ranch and then still be like,
ranch, dude, ranch.
What else
pizza,
am I
bro.
gonna eat? Like,
Ranch
what else am I gonna eat?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting around like, well, you just spent like $15 on the pizza.
Yeah.
You haven't worked because you've been off hurt. Let's order another pizza.
Let's order some. You didn't get any cinnamon sticks for the pizza. Let's get some cinnamon sticks.
Like, I was so happy when I could hobble my ass down the stairs. Excuse my language, because let me tell you.
No, I hear.
The corner store that was down the street saw my face every day.
Yeah.
Because I got to a point.
Yeah.
To where it was like, okay, because I had a moment where it was like, you've become way too fond of yourself.
Yeah. Too fond of yourself.
You've become way too fond of yourself.
Yeah.
You've become a little self-indulgent. You become a little too much moisturized. Which could be two separate things.
Yeah.
You eat all day long, but it was just like when I got to a point where it was like I cannot be this sexually driven in the midst of my feeling alienated and left alone and pushed in a corner and just kind of forgotten like Cinderella at home. It was like, we can eat. We can
feast.
I ate.
Yeah.
Like, I ate like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And when I was able to get back to working out, it got worse.
Yeah.
Like, it was times where people were like, you look real jacked, real muscular. And then it was like, you look fat. I'm bulking. Mind your business.
Yeah.
Like, but like you still having these issues.
Yeah, man. That was the worst. Yeah, like working out again.
Yeah.
But having these issues in college and then like figuring out, it's like, why am I not gaining weight right now? Oh, I'm shitting it all out.
And people don't realize, like, irritable bowel syndrome, people think, you can lose weight or gain weight with it.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are, what your body type is, what you can and can't handle. Like, I know someone who ate predominantly a clean diet, but because they just literally never really digested anything, it just set, and they got eventually bigger and bigger.
Wow.
And it was just like, you eat less than me. Granted, I can't always keep my food down, but I eat. You eat less than me, and you're getting bigger.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And I'm eating, and I'm getting smaller.
Right. Yeah, people's the human body is so fascinating. And the fact of whatever environmental factors are around us today, whether that be, BPAs, like endocrine disruptors, or like, the food hormones that are in the food, like whatever, fillers, the additives, all that stuff. Like, it's crazy how they can impact your body in a certain way and like change it.
Yeah.
I feel like to touch on this, like to finish off my answer to your question.
Yes.
The two biggest things that I learned from those two events in my life, one was corrective exercise, and the other one was the carnivore diet. Or like, for me, I never recommend anybody else to go carnivore, like unless they absolutely have to. Yeah, it's an extreme way of living, and I only do it because it's the easiest on my symptoms. But since that, like, because of that, I wouldn't be the corrective exercise carnivore guy. I would be somebody else. I'd be the squat and bench guy that eats 2 pizzas, Like, yeah, right? Right? And so, like, I guess both of those help me really niche down who I am. Like, help me, like, because I believe in, like the multiverse, parallel universes, right? There's an Afraz somewhere living in another universe.
With a doppelganger.
Who's probably squatting 4 plates right now and eating, like, 2 pizzas, but he feels like shit during the workday. I don't even know what that dude does for a job right now, but, like, but he probably feels like shit during the day, because that's how I felt. He probably has insane joint pains. Like, I was talking to Quentin before he left, and he's like, what are y'all hitting today? I was like, I don't know, bro. I'm hitting like 30 minutes of corrective exercise, and I'm gonna do like three 3 exercises, and he's like, yeah, benching. I was like, bro, I haven't touched a barbell in years. Like, I do dumbbell bench. I'll like do flies and stuff, but I haven't touched a barbell in forever. Like, I just want to not be in pain. That's my entire goal of coming to the gym every day.
Yeah.
Just to like blood flow, make sure that muscles are lubed up and nothing is hurting, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh man, I'm in pain all the time. And Quinn's 23, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang. I mean, you're jacked. You are huge. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome. But
and you should see him when he cuts.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, low key boy crush. Like, he
Dude, mad
literally
respect.
has
Mad
like
respect, bro.
that physique.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't understand. But it is a lot of rehab. Like, I can say, just kind of knowing him, he does a lot of rehab after compound exercise.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, a lot of accessory work.
He tells me all the time, like, man, I'm hurting. And I'm like, not I. I was just,
Yeah. Yeah, he's telling me his like recovery day. He was goblet squatting 150 pounds, and I was like, bro, that's more than I weigh right now. Like, that's nuts. That's your recovery. That's like your light day, like your off day. Not even a light day, but like your off day. You're doing that. That's amazing.
That's sure. I'm coming to the gym just to move around,
just to blood flow. Yeah. That's like when I get on the I put the Swiss ball behind my back and do Swiss ball squats. For my recovery, for my.
I've
PT
seen
day.
that before.
Yeah, for my PT day, like. So that dude's a machine, man. He's on another level.
Beast.
Yeah, I saw your TikTok when you were just like when you're flexing or whatever, and then he walked over.
It was like, it was like if you would have been there, it was like a whole shadow. Just that's why I was like, I'm not tripping. This big. I can't say it. I just don't.
This big motherfucker.
This big mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I get it though. It has, in the same ways your trauma is it has shaped you to be who you are. Mine has in its own way. Like, I get told so many times, you're just so soft spoken, and it's like, but the alternate parallel of that, I'll be like my father and be ready to flip tables. Like,
you don't know what I grew up with.
My trauma has literally shaped me to be more mindful of other people's feelings.
Right. Like, empathetic.
Very empathetic.
That's good.
Like, I had someone tell me, oh, you're an empath, huh? And I'm like, well, biblically, I would be called an intercessor. Meaning, I feel what's not right, and I pray according to if it goes against the Spirit of God or the Word of God. But I think a lot of that has to do because of what I went through. Because I went through from childhood trauma and abuse to being bullied to feeling like I wasn't accepted by my own siblings at one point in time. My mom's side of the family is fair-skinned. Very few dark-skinned people. Out of my grandmother's grandchildren and her children, like out of all of her children, they were all fair-skinned with green eyes or blue eyes, except for her oldest son, my Uncle Bubba, who was my skin complexion, but his eyes were literally gray. Like,
oh, wow.
This color gray.
His
natural eye color.
Oh, wow.
Aside from him, it wasn't many people that looked like me. So I always felt out of place. But growing up, I always was aware and noticed the signs of when other people felt out of place. So a lot of who I am just in essence in trying to just the calm, soft-spoken, like inviting person is shaped off of that. So I do know like a lot of my trauma, a lot of my thoughts has made me the person that most people at LA Fitness like. Yeah. Now there are some members that'll tell you that I'm the biggest asshole. And I'm sorry if that's how you feel. The rules are the rules.
Haters gonna hate. Go drink that haterade.
Rules are rules.
Yeah.
Okay, and if I can't break them, you can't come in here where I work and break them either.
Facts.
But for the most part, I've adapted that personality. But I've also adapted a side that people don't see, which is very strong in mind, where you're just not gonna cross boundaries.
Right.
And I didn't have that when I was younger. Like, I would always allow people to cross boundaries. It wasn't until I grew up and started dealing with...
And you set those boundaries.
Yeah. That I was able to set them. Now when I say no, people are like, oh, no, don't get offended. You'll hear it a lot more often. No. But it's one of those things that it shapes you. Yeah,
it does. You gotta have strong boundaries. Bringing it back, you were talking about a few things. You know, one was like going to the gym. One was like taking care of your little one. And the third thing you said was like going on trips to help you, like, you know, like not decompress, but help you
Anytime
stress something.
anytime I've noticed I can take myself out of a busy or
Uh-huh.
somewhat chaotic type of
Environment.
environment,
Yeah.
my mind automatically just sinks.
Yeah.
Like my mom used to laugh when I moved in my first apartment. She'd be like, "You're always patio sitting." You're right, because when I come from off of those stairs and into my house and
Right.
sit on my patio, which is facing this field, I see nothing and I
Calm.
hear nothing.
Yeah.
So anything that I need to, oh my bad, you trying to play footsie with me?
Yeah.
Come on, you could have warned me. No, I'm playing. But
You could have warned me. Give me a heads up, bro.
Yeah, let
Hey
me
man,
know.
there's only one resting thing
It
under
really
this table.
is.
Yeah.
It really
Gotta
is.
be careful.
But anything that can, like, she get mad. It's like, no, I can easily rest and then decipher. Like, my spiritual journey has really been deciphering the voice of God over my own. That's really my biggest thing, because I'm so used to spending so much time growing up in the church, but not actually being taught to build that one-on-one relationship with God.
Right.
Like, we hear so much of the do's and the don'ts and the inspirational messages, and but we don't have a lot of people that say, no, you need to actually spend time deciphering. Everything is not just as cut and dry as you think. You need to spend time learning the character of God, his grace, his mercy, his sovereignty, how much he actually loves you. Because if I would have really known what I know now, younger, I wouldn't have been fazed by anything.
Right.
But
Hindsight is 2020, man.
yeah, so it's for me, being able to just kind of detach allows me to not. It allows me just to have a moment of clarity. Like, I love lakes, love water.
Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty.
Yeah,
Jay-Z,
it's like
Black Album, moment of
the
clarity.
Black Album. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
ratchet. I'm real ratchet outside of those walls.
Yeah.
You see me in every day. I'm
Were you about to sing that Tyler the Creator song?
no.
What were you singing?
No, I don't support him. He's not. I don't want to offend anybody. No, I don't.
You're good. You're good. When you were like, it's the Black Album, Rory got the. That was
No, that
that's
was on
Tyler
his.
there.
That was on Jay-Z's Black Album. It was on one of. I want to say it was his intros. I'm gonna have to play
Intro.
it and find it and send it to you.
Yeah, I'm a big Jay. We finish your thought. I really want to talk about music with you after this. I'm a big Jay-Z fan.
Ooh,
Yeah.
see, in my younger days, I was secular. It's so secular. I sound like an old person.
Secular? As
Secular music. Okay, let me finish that thought.
Yeah,
We
finish
can-
up. We'll get into it after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just that peace and quiet, taking those trips. Like,
Right.
my mom would get mad after I had little man. I'd wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, put him in a car, and we'd drive to Dallas or drive to Houston
Dang.
and just go and change the scenery.
Yeah, pattern disruption.
I would
It is key.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I would just take, like, from Austin, we have a lot of little country towns like Elgin, Bastrop, Giddings. South Austin, you have like Buda, Kyle. And they have like little hidden gems and lakes and things that you have to go looking for. And I would just remove myself, turn my phone off, and mind my business.
Right.
Now, there was a point in time in life where I was slightly suicidal. So that wasn't the thing to do, because I always alarmed people.
Right. Just like going off, doing your own thing.
If I don't answer my phone now, my mama will call my job.
Oh, she'll call the front desk?
Ask Tiffany, like, so you've talked to T's mom, and she'll tell you, like, all the time. They have conversations. Wow. It's ghetto.
Yeah.
Now, when I was younger, I could not call my mom's job unless it was an emergency.
Of course.
She will call my job. What you doing? I text you. I couldn't get a hold of you. Woman, if you don't get off of LA Fitness's time.
That's hilarious. That's actually really funny that she does that.
No, it's not. It's embarrassing.
Well, yeah, that too. But it's funny to us, right? Like,
it is so. But I also understand too, because when I was sick with COVID, I was at the hospital and she couldn't get a hold of me, and my phone died. So she went to instant, like,
panic mode.
My baby is somewhere sick, and not like she went to, in her head, like I was halfway dead.
Usual mom reaction, yeah.
It's gotta be, because when I see like my child, he get hurt, I'm like, oh, he's fine.
Walk it off, shake it off.
Like he'll, you're a good kid. He'll be like, okay, now come cry, tell me it hurts, and then I'll baby his wounds and all that, and then he'll go off. She's got a doctorate, clean it, nurse it, bandage it, come check on it at 12 o'clock, bring you some ice. It's like, lady, I'm grown.
Yeah.
You come here and wipe my butt next.
It's like, I'm an adult.
That part, I'm adulting. Gosh, get out. No, but no, pattern disruption is key. It is big.
Yeah.
It's, for me, it feels like freedom.
Yeah, just getting out of whatever reality you're in right now and just boom to a different place. It just makes your worldview a lot different in that moment.
It's a lake not too far from where I'm staying now, and I've literally gotten off of work, put the address in the Airbnb, or put the address in the GPS, and told my Uber driver, like, don't stop here, keep going a little further down the street, and I will literally sit there before it gets dark.
That's awesome.
It's peaceful.
I'd like doing that sometimes over here at Oak Point.
Y'all have
Nature Preserve.
Oak Point?
Oak Point Nature Preserve?
I ain't never.
Oh, it's like right here. It's like maybe like a mile down this way right here.
So this is first off.
Yeah.
this way right here.
Yeah, this way.
I feel like you were African American in your past life.
You know where, dude? I might be. Well, my great grandparents are from Africa.
Really?
Yeah, like they're not African. They're Pakistani, but they lived in Africa for a hot minute. Like my dad's grandfather was born in Africa.
Oh, you Negro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah, man.
I knew I loved you for it.
He's like, I knew we had something in common, right?
Something in common.
Yeah. No. Besides, we didn't even know we had gut issues in common.
We didn't.
But we did have that in common.
We did.
Yeah, that's what's up.
We did.
Yeah, anyways. That was a side tangent.
Yeah,
but yeah, is that what black people? Is that how they like?
We will. We'll, like, I've noticed in my culture, we'll use like things as landmarks. Like, you're gonna go down the street, you're gonna see a yellow house on the right. You're gonna go down one more block, take a left by the grocery store that got the Coke sign on it.
Oh, okay.
Drive down the street. It's gonna be a water tower. Like.
I'll use street names. I like using street names if I know where I am.
Yeah,
you know where Jupiter and Spring Creek is, right? Right here, right?
I was about to say, isn't that a planet? I forgot that there's
literally the street that I live on. So like, LA Fitness on K Avenue. You're good.
I was literally about to look at you like fries. You know where Jupiter is.
Maybe I should have started with Spring Creek. You know where Spring Creek is. You know where Spring Creek is because we pretty much live there when we're not at home.
Yeah.
Right? So, Spring Creek and K Avenue, right? If you go down Spring Creek one more street, Jupiter.
Because I could take Jupiter all the way down to my place.
Oh, okay.
Like, straight shot.
Because you live on like Jupiter and George Bush?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By the Waffle House?
No, by the 7-Eleven. So, like, if you keep straight, go under the toll, and take a left. I believe if you go like right past Shiloh.
Oh, okay. Shiloh and George Bush?
Yeah, like over in that area, it's like a little curve around.
Okay, I think
like
I know that.
7-Eleven. Yeah. It's a Tom Thumb and an Indian restaurant, which has really good food. But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It blew my guts.
Dude, it's the spices, bro. I can't eat my mom's cooking anymore.
Let me tell you, it is the spices.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, once it subsided.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt good for days.
You felt clean? Like everything's out?
I ate it after having COVID.
Yeah.
So it was like, my body was like, hey, we here. Like I think every nutrient that I could have got out of those spices, my body absorbed.
It's and herb, bro. There's a lot of herbs. There's a lot of like turmeric and like cumin and like
ginger.
Yeah, garlic, bro.
Oregano is definitely good.
Yeah. Your body probably like took all the stuff from those spices and just like absorbed it into your
man, I felt good.
Into your
I felt so good. I didn't feel dehydrated anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god! But
then y'all hear that Indian food's the
cure. But when I got through that half of that bowl, it was like my stomach said.
Were you sweating? Were you sweating?
No, not at first because it wasn't super spicy. It had a little, but as my stomach became active, you get like that, like those muscles start to contract, so you get that light perspiration. That's what I was dealing with.
I know, yeah.
And I was sitting in the restaurant when it happened, so I was like, oh,
I'm gonna go.
I gotta walk back to the house. And then it finally, like, you have that moment where it just subsides.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're good. Until like 15 minutes goes by, and then
And
it's like,
you're like, I need to go. I need to find the bathroom.
I
Yeah, I
hit
know that.
door. I put that keypad, that number in the door, and it was a wrap.
It's that moment where you can't trust a fart.
No, you can't.
You know
when
exactly
you
what
have
I'm
irritable
talking
bowel
about,
syndrome,
dude.
you can't
You can't
trust
trust
stuff.
a fart,
No,
bro.
I learned the hard way one time.
Yeah.
It took one time.
Dude, yeah.
No,
Yeah, I
I'll
feel
embarrass myself on the highway.
Oh no,
I
bro.
was literally around the corner from the house.
No.
And my stomach was like, ooh, and I was like, I can make it. I can make it. And
Yeah.
it was like, I let it go, and it was like, no, that's not
not
it. No.
I
Shitty
had,
situations.
Yeah, no pun intended.
None.
I had a situation like that. I was in Dallas with some friends.
Bless
We
your
were out in
heart.
Deep Ellum, and I'm sitting on the hood of my car, cheeks clenched, and we're waiting for my friend to pull up, and he's like, "Hey, you guys ready?" And we're like, "Dude, I can't move right now." And they're like, "Why?" I was like, "Bro, like I feel like I'm about to shit my guts out right now."
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, "Dude, we're like a 10-minute walk from a club." And I was like, "Bro, I'm a 10-minute walk from shitting myself. Like, I can't do it." And he's like, "Well, I got paper towels in the car, and you can pop a squat right here." And I was like, "That's the only option."
That's the only
And
option.
that is what I did, and that is how our Friday night started. Yeah.
Hopefully it got better.
Oh, that was one of the greatest nights of my life.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
See, so
it was actually one of the greatest nights of my
take
life,
a
man.
Shitty situation
Yeah.
and make it anything.
Yeah, it was one of the greatest nights I had, bro.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing
Yeah.
at you.
No,
but
you're good. You're good.
I understand because,
Yeah.
like, and I have a thing with public restrooms. So, like, what you see me eat on my desk, which is normally like a burrito or fruit juice. Every once in a while, I might have a cake from the bakery. That's what you see me eat at work. You're not gonna see me eat anything outside of what my stomach will tolerate.
Right.
Because me and public restrooms don't get along.
So
I
like
will
at the gym and stuff, or
anywhere. Like
Gotcha.
road trips, when it's like my bowels get to moving. Sorry guys, we're getting a hotel room tonight because I cannot do this.
Wow.
But my mom, so I've learned my mom dealt with her trauma from her dad with keeping things in place. Like she's very controlling. But that control comes out in her cleanliness. Like people will tell you, go to my mom's house, you can eat off
Everything
the floor.
for a place for everything type thing.
Yeah, like she's gonna vacuum. She's going to wipe baseboards every
Wow,
time she
yeah.
lives. That's just her. So, I grew up in a very immaculate household.
Yeah.
So when I go places, if it is not clean,
Yeah.
or something, it's like
if you don't know what's been going on before
yeah,
you got in there.
it's like
tough situation.
It's like my bowels will say move, but my cheeks will be like
clenched. Yeah, I understand that.
So I have to be aware, and because those moments are real, and you don't always have paper towels,
dude. Bro. Yeah, man. These people watching, they don't understand, bro. They don't
understand, and I'm pretty sure somewhere somebody gonna be laughing at us.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. I like people make jokes all the time, and I make jokes along with them because mean, well, what else are you gonna do, you know?
Oh yeah, no, but I'll tell you quick. Either we're gonna have a shitty situation or we're gonna have a blowout.
Yeah, yeah. There's no in between. There's no in between.
No.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, it's. I don't want to say it's beauty in that.
Yeah.
But once you can learn to laugh through it,
oh yeah, 100%.
It's a lot easier to tolerate. Because my family didn't understand it when I was younger. Like my mom was like, he eats and he got to go straight to the bathroom, and it's like,
yeah, there's something with that.
It's something wrong. I wish you guys would have realized before my gallbladder ruptured at 13. Maybe we could have saved me some problems. But
you don't have a gallbladder at the moment,
or appendix.
The gallbladder might be because the gallbladder makes bile, and that's what breaks down fat. So without it, fat just goes straight through, and that might. I mean, you already know that,
but
right?
that's why I drink a lot of like key lime, because lime breaks down fat.
Oh, that's right.
So I drink like a lot of key lime. Lemon is very acidic, even though it's good for you.
Yeah.
High in vitamin C is superiorly acidic. Key lime, the little ones, are more alkalizing to the blood.
Okay.
So it helps with the inflammation, but it breaks down the fat.
Helps digestion.
It actually helps digest.
That's cool.
So a lot of times before I eat food, especially if it's fatty, I'll cut one up in like 4s and I'll suck on it. before.
Oh, as like
Yeah.
a pre-digest,
Mhm.
like a digestive enzyme.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, that's
Or
cool,
you can
man.
just eat it if
Yeah.
you can tolerate it. Just
Right.
eat it,
But the juice is
and
like what helps.
will help break down
That's
the
a
food.
really good call, man. I'm gonna start recommending that to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
My dad doesn't
it's
have a
helped me.
gallbladder, so I'll pass out his way.
Yeah, it's helped me.
Yeah.
Now you also have to realize too, key limes can be very
Sour.
no that, but I
yeah.
like sour stuff.
Okay.
They can be they can clean you out.
Oh, enough said.
Yeah, they can clean you out. But I've noticed my body's gotten used to them.
Yeah.
So I can little honey on it, suck it, cool, eat it however I want it, and I'm cool.
Nice.
If I eat like, say I have a rare occasion where I eat meat and it's a little fatty,
Right.
little lemon, a little lime on top helps cut that fat. So as I eat, I digest it a little better.
Okay.
And I'm not having to.
Yeah.
So.
Sprint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Learning all kinds of knowledge for you guys today.
Yes. I told you I'm about this
yeah, dude,
healthy
same,
gut life,
bro. Yeah.
especially because I know that it can be hereditary.
Yes.
My mom had her gallbladder taken out. My grandmother had hers taken out.
Wow.
All of my grandmother's children had no gallbladders, with the exception of my uncle, who passed away. So,
well, watch out for that one then.
Yeah,
keep that one in the books.
It can be hereditary, but trauma and stress that impact the gut can also impact the gallbladder and the appendix.
That makes sense.
So they grew up in trauma, and it just kind of followed. So it's one of those, little weird link things.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. There was one thing that we were talking about before this.
What had happened?
About music.
Oh, yes. Okay, I was about to say, what you about to bring up?
You mentioned Black Album by Jay-Z, and Jay-Z's like one of my... do you have like a top 5 favorite artists?
I do, but none of them are rap.
Oh, do you have... What are the main genres you like listening to, that you listen to consistently?
Gospel,
okay.
Neo soul, jazz, neo soul, R&B. I can do. I can't do rock, can't do heavy metal. Something about it just feels demonic.
No, it is. I accidentally stumbled into a metal concert last Wednesday with one of my friends, Jair, who's super faith oriented, and he was just like, there's a couple upside down crosses over there. This guy's shirt says "fucked by Satan." This guy's shirt says "Your God is dead." And I was like, "Are you good here?" And he's like, "Bro, my faith is super strong. I'm chilling." And I was like, "All right, cool." And like, it was a very random, like, I knew the dude at the front at the door, and he's like, "Hey, y'all want to come in?" And I was like, "Dude, this isn't really our scene, but we'll check it out." And then like we were there for like 20-30 minutes and then dipped. But it was definitely like the band's name was Incantation. Like,
that's witchcraft.
Yeah, literally, bro. Like I was like, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay here, but this is a fun experience.
I have enough
witchcraft,
and people don't know what witchcraft. Like people don't realize witchcraft is not just cauldron and bubbles of seed.
Yeah, it's a lot more than that.
It's
spells, bro. Like
spells. It's words,
it's
bro. Physical things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is, I think, part of the reason too. I have done everything that I can to not be so sexually active, because a lot of people don't realize like sex can actually be used in a form.
Sexual energy exchange.
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't want anybody. Soul ties are real.
Soul ties? Can you explain that?
So, that's a whole in-depth thing.
Okay. Can we like, you want to give a synopsis of it? Is that like whenever the people that you...
Soul ties can manifest in many ways.
Okay.
My mother and father are soul tied.
Okay.
Whether they realize it or not.
Okay.
They have me.
Right.
They have divorced. They were married when they had me. So
but they have a soul in between them, which is you.
Soul tie.
Okay. Yeah.
In that little ways. There are people that don't realize that. I'll say this way. I dated someone who was heavily addicted to porn and did not know it. I had no interest in porn. I had no idea that when they were not with me, they were at home with rechargeable equipment, things of this nature.
Battery operated.
I didn't that part. And she named one of them Will Smith.
Man, I bet she feels really bad about it now.
Wait, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that. However, I never knew. We finally had our sexual exchange, and I never realized, like, weeks afterwards, it was like I found an interest in wanting to watch porn.
Wow.
Never had it like that.
Wow.
And then after we finally stopped talking, she was like, "Yeah, I've always watched porn, like 3-4 times a day.
Whoa.
Like when I have free time, if I'm bored, I ain't with the girls, I have toys." And it was just like, whoa. But spiritually, if you do research on it, from a biblical standpoint, you can literally tie yourself to someone.
Wow.
People don't realize a lot of things like sex dreams can be considered demonic.
Like wet dreams.
Yeah, considered demonic because in the spiritual realm, there's literally another force having sex with you.
That's true.
Whether you are
know it or not,
or whether you are in agreement with it or not.
Wow.
And a lot of people will wake up from dreams like that and be like, "That was hot." No, because you're
witchcraft.
inviting this thing back,
Wow.
and that can tie to witchcraft as well. So a lot of people don't know that.
That's a really interesting perspective. I'm gonna do some research onto that because I know
demonology's real.
I know that as like I that's facts. But I know what dreams as it's called nocturnal emissions. Like your body just has to get rid of if it's a lot of buildup and you haven't for a while, or you haven't had sex for a while. Like your body just gets rid of it. But I guess sometimes it just comes out in your sleep without the dream. But the dream aspect of it makes it. Ties it in with what you were saying. Interesting.
Like even sleep paralysis now is linked to demonic activity.
Oh man, I used to have that when I was younger.
Oh yeah,
that shit was rough. But that was because I was on some medication. I had a really weird experience one time. I was just like, I had a dream that I had a dream that I saw myself sleeping, and I saw myself dreaming while I was sleeping. And in that dream, I got kicked in the back by some monster, and then I woke up in the dream I was looking at and like started screaming, and then I woke up in real life and like held my back and I was clenching it and I was screaming, and my parents, like when I was like 14, my parents came into my room and they're like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I don't know, I don't know what just happened. I just couldn't move." And like, oh. They're like, "All right, we're taking you off this medicine the doctor gave you." And it was like the medicine was like super heavy strength cough syrup because I couldn't stop coughing for 3 days in a row. And that shit was
crazy.
Not a good time, man. So
I mean,
I thought those pharmaceuticals rough, bro.
Pharmaceuticals are rough, but then you have a lot of people that are looking into the pharmaceutical industry, and they're like, "What's the keyword of pharmaceutical? Is pharmakia," but that also ties back to witchcraft.
Oh,
so
man, learn all kinds of stuff today.
Yeah, which is why it's like when people are like, "Oh, I'm smoking, I'm drinking, I'm doing," it's just like, wait, no, hold on, wait, fam, like no judgment, because clearly in life, but. There comes a line where you have to not want to tie yourself to it. But different struggles, everything, like my grandma used to say, new levels, new devils. No matter how much you ascend in life, you're always going to have a spiritual attack.
There's going to be something.
It's just going to be something.
Yeah.
But how grounded are you to deal with it?
Yeah, how strong are you in your... And like, I mean, if it's not necessarily the word faith, but how strong are you? How grounded are you in yourself and in your faith? I guess.
Your faith.
In your meditation, your spirituality to be able to handle it.
And
how do you respond to outside forces coming into your life and trying to fuck with you? Like
that.
How strong?
Literally, like
how strong is your spirituality? How strong is your spirit?
Yeah.
Right.
And in that aspect, for me, that's when it's just been like, ooh, I've had the journey since I moved to Dallas of showing God my faith. I've had a lot of days where it was just like, oh yeah, he looks and appears very faithless. Call a thing. Like we fall and we get back up. He said a just man falls 7 times. Well, stand guess what? 8. I'm gonna get right back up.
Fall down 7, stand up 8.
And keep going. But it is still like, in moments like that, are you going to pray? Are you going to fast? Are you actually going to figure out what you've come into agreements with that might have allowed that to come into your life?
Right.
Like, I didn't realize that even, like, I've had family who was just like, okay, if you smoke, that's your business, whatever. But then it was, if it's your business, whatever, but then when it was in my home, and it was like, well, you're hurt. Try this. It was like, oh, I'm not going to smoke. I've been all these years without smoking. What's the problem? And then it was like, oh, bam. What happened? One day, one influence and then recovered, and 3 years later, it was just like, this is way too much.
That's how
Like,
it goes, man.
whoa.
I have this saying. It's takes 4 seconds to make a mess, and four and insert whatever time period you want after to clean it up. If you drop like some milk on the ground, 4 seconds to make a mess, 40 seconds to clean it up.
Yeah.
If you break some glass, 4 seconds to make a mess, 4 minutes to clean it up.
Yeah.
If you don't pick the right person, 4 seconds to make a mess, 14 years to clean it up.
18
whatever.
years to take care of it.
18 years. 18 years. She got one of your kids. She got you for 18 years. I believe so. I also believe there's a hip hop lyric for everything.
No,
That's why I've been like that's why I've been spitting, dude. Because
it's
I
a song for something.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's true. In a lot of ways, I look at it. My therapist had to like have a real moment with me because I was finding myself having a breakdown, and she was like, "Bruh," granted she's black, so
Yeah.
she's black.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Yeah.
"Bruh," I was like, "What?" She was like, "You went through 20 plus years of trauma. Do you think it's gonna go away overnight? Why are you stressed out about the fact that you haven't healed from something that happened to you at 8
Yeah.
that never really got dealt with?
And
You went
intensified.
to therapy and you all learned how to cope, but you didn't deal with it."
You didn't fix the root cause.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Get over it." But that's true. It's not always gonna be an easy turnaround.
Fix. Yeah.
Like people date and get married. We've been married 4 years and she's getting me for child support. Well, you were married 4 years.
Yeah.
It's not always gonna be a easy fix.
Agreed.
Or a
Agreed.
short fix.
Yeah.
To a problem that's been there for an extended period of time.
Dude. Yeah. I could talk about divorce for. I'm not even in the realm of where
I was
I
about to say, you've been married and divorced?
No.
Oh.
But I could talk about it just like the from the stuff I consume. Like I just know that women have the advantage in courts after divorces. Like
some.
I also have
The majority. It seems that way.
Is it
but
different?
I'm also gonna say, my mom went to school.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I've heard a lot of cases and stories and things that didn't exactly play out the way that America's like, oh, well, they'll never take a baby away from a mother.
Yeah.
Lies.
Wow.
Lies. It just doesn't get publicized as much because I'm just gonna be honest. The fantasy, the fantasy or the story of a father taking his child and doing right by him without a mother is not what the world feels is supposed to be. A superhero story.
Right.
You hear more about how the father isn't around and how the mother's doing everything.
Yeah.
You hear about
Super
a father
mom,
that
all
does
that
what
stuff.
he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's out there, but what gets publicized most is
The other. Yeah.
the other side of it.
Yeah. I think it's just like anecdotal experience as well. Like I have 3 friends who have kids that are around my age, and they're baby mama drama out the wazoo, bro. Like out the wazoo, child support, like girls just not being respectful to the dad and stuff. And
But what trauma did she go through? That's what I want.
That's true, man. And every girl goes through their own trauma too.
They do. My sister, if you ask me, even though she and I have different dads biologically, my dad pretty much raised her entire life. He's been in her life since she was like 7 months when her and my dad met, when my mom and dad met as friends.
Right.
So it's been just kind of like, that's your dad. But even in ways, even though they've always had what I've considered a considerably closer relationship than he and I did, he said some things like very faint to me that wouldn't be a bother. That she's been like, oh my God, daddy said this and that. And it's just like, girl, those are words. I'm confused. But then I have to also look at the aspect of the relationship between the father and his daughter.
Yeah, it's different than the father and the son.
It's different because I'm used to looking at him like, or feeling like at times like, oh, I'm not good enough. Or I'm not the child. I'm not the football star. We were 2 different ends of the spectrum. Like my dad's mechanic, military, grew up Mississippi. I'm the complete opposite of artistic, crazy, say what I want to say. I joke, I laugh. I think to my dad, the majority of my year I was foreign. Like my upbringing with him was like, this is real foreign. Like, this child is not from here.
Right.
But I noticed. So I mean, I don't want to say. I definitely know he said some stuff that has brought trauma to her, but I don't think it's just necessarily traumatized her. But I
Gotcha.
definitely
Yeah,
can
different.
see what in the relationship aspect of my mother and what her father went through. I can definitely see how a lot of women are traumatized in situations where broken households happen or parents were. So
Right.
when I hear baby mama, baby daddy drama, I think of what trauma wasn't healed or what happened
On each respective
on each
person, right?
respective person.
Yeah. And then just being in that situation of having to have a soul tie
Yeah,
between two people who aren't
yeah,
on the same page or they don't have compatibility.
that part.
That's tough
That
for
is.
individuals as well, and for the kid, of course.
Yeah.
And that's gonna cause
Yeah. Because especially if it's a
trauma.
demonic soul tie. Like,
Yeah.
I can say my parents have been soul tied together, but it wasn't. Granted, I don't want to lie. Sorry, mama. It was some drama,
Yeah.
but my mom's territorial. So you wouldn't finna take her kids, divorce or whatever. Like, chunk the deuce is like, I'll beat you up.
Yeah.
That's just how my mom
Right.
is. And she fights. She grew up her whole life fighting guys more than girls. So I have no doubt that she'll beat up most men that she comes across.
Right.
That's just
Straight up.
in comedic truth is just what it is. However, like even within that, I literally just lost track of thought. Like they both ran together. Two different thoughts.
No worries, no worries.
What the heck did I just say? You tuned out? You wouldn't listen to me?
I was listening to you. So you were talking about your mom and your dad.
Yeah.
And you said they don't have demonic soul ties.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
that was it. The demonic soul tie.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize, like, there are things that people get themselves caught up in that is literally demonic.
Right.
That you can get bound and not even progress in life career-wise, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, where there are no children involved. But some people are soul tied to people, and it's not a drama type situation. It's just you're part of my life, and I unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but in some cases, I unfortunately have to deal with you. But we can get along and make it work because we brought this human here.
Right.
They have that mutual understanding. At least, I don't want to say that they have it. They don't always show it, even now. They're ghetto.
That's your catchphrase, bro. That's your catchphrase.
That is.
Yeah.
Everything is ghetto. Like, if it makes no sense to me,
It's ghetto, yeah. Instead of saying like that's whack, I say that's whack a lot.
It's the
Same thing, right? Yeah.
That's whack.
You know where I learned that from? I learned that from when I was like in 4th grade and I was watching Static Shock.
That
Remember
was
that
my
show? Dude, right?
Bro, the WB Saturday morning
Yeah,
cartoons.
dude,
Oh,
WB, bro.
let me tell you, I was the
Yeah.
fatty with the whole box of the milk right there.
Bro, I would go through like a whole box of Cookie Crisps. Just
Ooh.
like, or like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
Or like
See, I knew I loved
Reese's Puffs. Like,
Yeah,
dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
I wish we both could eat those things.
Dude, oh man, if we'd have a field, bro. This would be called the Cereal Rare Podcast or something. You know,
let me tell you,
yeah.
and I would bring all the cereal.
Bro, I'd be about it, and it's a lot cheaper than steak. I'll tell you that too.
It is, because I looked at the size of the steaks and was
Yeah.
like, well, what he just did was spend his paycheck, and I.
No, it's not like that. But
no,
no, dude, man, you guys always. I was telling Joe this too. I was like, man, you guys always take care of me. Like, I definitely want to show and not take care of me as in like anything like crazy wise. I'm just like just make me feel very welcome. And I walked in the other day and like you, Tiffany, Cassidy, Joe were like, hey, what's up, Franz? I was like, yo, dude, this is amazing, bro. This is great.
But like, we set up like a family, like, and I don't know. I guess that was more. I don't want to say me. Wait, okay. We got off topic.
Let's go
back to it.
Yeah. We'll come back to it.
That was just like a me thing. Before I got there, I used to hear like their old supervisor wasn't the friendliest.
Yeah.
A lot of members had an issue with this particular person.
Like the OM before the
Yeah. And apparently he was there maybe a month, and then they were like, "You gotta go."
Yeah.
T, here you go.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't want to come in there like I'm your supervisor.
Yeah.
I'm changing everything. No, let me get to know who you are. Let me see how each of you work.
Right.
Let me see how I can retrain or coach to my liking.
Right.
And then if not, if I have to say deuces, I'm sorry.
Then I'll let you know.
But if not, we'll figure it out. Luckily, since I've been there, we fired nobody.
Dude, yeah, you're right, bro. This is the longest like run of people at that LA Fitness without turnover, bro.
Yeah, I'm not
Like,
getting
it's
rid of anybody.
amazing.
No,
Yeah, like seeing the same people every day is so refreshing. Rather than like, dude, I've had to like I've had to make relationships with so many GMs since
that
I've
you
been
don't
there, bro.
like.
And like I don't vibe like. I haven't like, bro. I can't. I've never brought like anybody from LA Fitness to hang out. Like, you know, like I'm having dinner with Joe in 2 weeks, bro. Like, you
That's
know, it's
what's up.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's cool, dude. And like, we'll just shoot the shit about whatever. Like, we're both Joe and I are both in sales, right? So we'll just that was our common talking point. But now we'll just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
And it's really cool, man. Like,
It's-
just having that personal relatability and that connection is just amazing to have.
That I feel like I've done something good then.
Oh, dude, 100%.
When I first stepped
I'm
in that
probably not the
position,
only one
I
that feel
was
like
like
that. Yeah.
whoa, like
Yeah.
members wouldn't talk to me.
Yeah.
When I first got there, people were afraid of me. Tiffany was like, "You can come off intimidating." The kid that was literally just twerking like Tina on the desk across the way intimidates people. I'm confused.
Yeah.
But I also understand too. I don't show the same side with every member. Like
That's
I'm
true.
the
Until you
same
get to know
way
them, yeah.
until you get to know them.
Yeah,
But
of
I'm the
course.
same way with everybody. Like the same inviting I was to you is
Yeah.
the same inviting I am
Right.
to the next member. It's just about I don't push boundaries or comfort zone.
Right.
So I'll go as far with you as you will allow me to in your comfortability.
Agreed. Yeah.
If I feel like you're not comfortable with me, you're not going to get me being that aspect.
Yeah.
Because I can only be so opening and welcoming as long as it's accepted.
Of course. Yeah. Because
So-
you don't want to like. You can read people really. You're empathetic. You can read
Yeah,
people really
I'm
well.
very-
You know whenever someone's like feeling like, you know, like. Because I can feel it too. I'm like, okay, this person feels weird, so like I'm gonna tone it down a little bit, or like, hey, you know what? Hey, it was great to meet you. Have a great day, type of thing. You know, like especially when I'm out, like I like going out, you know, and I can read the room, you know. If
So can I.
if a honey's not feeling me, I'll be like, hey, you guys have a great night. You know, I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna go back to hanging out with my friends.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
it was nice talking to you, but don't let me hold you.
Yeah, you gotta do your thing. Now, if someone's like encouraging me, I'll be like, you know, I'll let out more of my personality for sure, and that's the goal. You know, you want someone that can help bring it out of you. That is open to you bringing out more of your personality.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
really what it was. I wanted to get to know each and every one of them, which oddly enough, I've had members tell me like certain staff members really didn't talk to us, but since you've been here, they talk. Yeah, because I talked to them.
Yeah.
I go through with my staff. How do y'all feel today? Tell me how you feel. We have each staff member is dealing with their own personal demons,
Always, yeah.
literally outside of that place. And I relate with each and every place that they're in. Especially, I hate to say my youngers, but
No, it's true. Yeah.
they're younger than me,
Yeah.
some of them. And it's just kind of like, I get where you at. I've been there.
Yeah. My old manager. Good.
No, go ahead.
Oh, my old manager at work he would ask, like, we were talking about just like having conversation stuff, and he called it, I don't know if he called it the healing conversation or something, but it was like, what's on your mind, you know, like, and then it's like, okay, what do you need from me, and what else, like those three questions, and like he's like, dude, I asked those three questions, and people just like people just go off for like 30 minutes.
Oh no, they do,
You know?
and that's a lot of the times like. You guys will see me and I'm all over the gym and I'm standing there talking to one person what seems like forever.
Yeah.
To me, sometimes it literally feels like forever because I realize I have 1,000 things that have to be done before I get off work.
Right.
But it's even with members to unpack sometimes what they're going through and while they're at the gym. A lot of people are literally on a healing journey while they are going through that process of trying to fix their outer. They're literally dealing with the inside.
Right.
And it's like, I had no idea some of the members coming there going through what they go through. And it's like, I've been through my fair share, but I wouldn't touch that.
You never know what's going on.
Never know.
You never know what's going on in someone's head.
And even with the staff, people don't realize half of what my staff goes through.
Right.
And a lot of times in the fitness industry, front desk gets treated like crap by members.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to be that extra lively, extra attentive. Like Tiffany was like, "You're like big brother. I don't look at you like a manager." And I'm like, "What?" Like, don't let my supervisor hear that.
Yeah.
And she was like, "No. You literally are like Dad Terance." And I'm like, "No. No.
Yeah.
Like, I've had nothing to do with any of you parents like that. Like,
yeah.
But she's like, "No, T, like, real talk. You realize who's dealing with what issue.
Yeah.
Who's anxious. Who's drinking something they're not supposed to drink. Who's eating something they're not supposed to eat. Who's not at class studying." She was like, "You know everybody's business." And I'm like, well, one, I make your schedule, so it's my business to know your business. But also, two, the members like the fact that y'all can deal with y'all's issues with me to be there for them.
Exactly, yeah. They're not dealing with their own... They don't have, like... They're not dealing with their emotional baggage while trying to work. Yeah. Because they can talk to you about it.
They can talk to... And, and even, like... I don't want to call this... I can't say the name. But there's one person that, whether y'all realize it or not, is pushing that button every day. And I'm like... eh. But I have to understand that progress takes time.
Progress, not perfection, man.
And I literally have been in that same shoe where medication's not working, where stress is at an all-time high, where school is being taken out of my account, where I'm going home and there's a little human that's crying. And I asked for this little human to be here. It's like, I told your mama to bring you, and you sitting here crying, and now I can't study.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And you still got to go to work and pretend to be happy.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't.
It's a lot, man.
That's a false reality. And they're still there. They do better every day.
Still kicking it.
But I'm not, like you said, turnover there has been so high. Turnover for what? Members can't be comfortable with faces they don't know.
Agreed, man. That's so true. That is so key.
They cannot be comfortable with faces.
So key, man.
They got to know everybody there.
Yeah.
Members half the time won't talk to me. They'll talk to everybody else but me. That's fine. I still know what to fix because you're talking to them.
Yeah.
I can still do my job with your communication with them.
Of course, yeah.
So it's like, there's no need to come in and, I don't know. I made you feel welcome.
Of course, man. Always. Yeah. And
there's been some days where you literally come in and be like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm not okay." And you're like, "What happened?" And we'll talk for a second.
Yeah.
And I feel a lot better afterwards.
Yeah.
But it's like, I can't do that with every member.
Right.
But it's inviting enough of a space for you to feel comfortable enough to be like, "Hey, so are you okay?"
Yeah, definitely.
And that's really what matters to me more than anything at that job. Like,
yeah.
I don't go to my job. I love my job. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I don't go every day just for the paycheck. I go because of the people.
Yeah.
When I had COVID, I preferred to be at work. I was like, if I could just go with a fever, and that doctor was like, "No, you're not."
Yeah.
The whole people, all of them gonna be sick.
Not to a gym. No. Yeah.
But I wanted to still be there. Like that. It wasn't
be present.
The job. It wasn't the check. It's the environment.
There's always, and that's the other thing. Like, love making money too, but the whole aspect of just like doing the job itself. There's this thing in the, I'm not Hindu, but like in the Bhagavad Gita, it's like the Bhagavad Gita. It's like the Hindus' like holy book.
Okay.
It's like
and I hope that didn't come off offensive to anybody.
No.
Because I know my facial expression.
No. I think it's, I don't know if it's a holy book, but it's like a text, and it's like you are not entitled to the fruits of your labor, just to the labor itself. Right? So it's like, you're not entitled to the benefits of your actions, but only to the actions themselves.
Very much so.
Right? Just and I love living my life like that. It's like, like I love, people are like, "Dude, why are you always working? Why are you always doing all this stuff? You know, like, why are you doing YouTube? Like, you're not getting big. Like, you're not, like, why are you vlogging? Why are you doing all this stuff?" It's
you don't know my life.
It's like, bro, I do this because I like doing this. They're like, why? Like, why are you spending so much time like doing all these vlogs and stuff, and you barely have any subscribers? I'm like, bro, I just enjoy doing it. Like
If you
I
build
just
it, they
want
will
to.
come.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
that's when my sarcasm
Yeah.
comes out. When they if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, if you build it, they will come.
So for all the subscribers, the people who haven't subscribed, those who have obviously want to see me, so I got to give them something.
Exactly. Gotta give them something.
You
Yeah.
got to give them something.
Yeah.
And when it actually takes off to be something, remember those words: "Do not come to my car."
Don't what?
Do not come to my car. Okay. Do not come to my building.
Yeah.
You stay away.
Yeah.
Like my grandfather used to say, stay far away from me.
He talk like that. He talk like you watch Wild 'N Out.
Yes, I do.
He talk like Michael
Like
Blackson.
Michael Blackson.
Yeah.
So I didn't know until like right after high school that my grandfather's roots tied to Senegal.
Oh, okay.
And it's not like, oh, many moons ago.
Yeah.
It's like
Recent.
bloop.
Oh,
You're
just
in
real quick.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Like type close.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
okay.
just like, oh, I didn't know. But that explains a lot. Like my grandfather wasn't the darkest man in the world. I never understood why he was fair skinned with like these blue streaks around his eyes.
Mm. Interesting.
But I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I got some rapid fire
So
to ask you. Some rapid fire questions
Ooh, I was about
to ask you.
I'm not gonna tell you what that was. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here for
All
it.
right.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. The first one, you can go ahead and name your. Well, this is always the first at the top of the list, but top 5. And I wrote hip hop artists, but you said you don't listen to hip
Yeah,
hop,
'cause
so
we were talking about
yeah,
music, and
feel
we
free
just
to.
got-
It's okay, man. Dude, I love going on tangents in this thing because like sometimes this will just be like 2.5 hours long, and
Yeah.
we'll just be talking, we'll just jumping around all the time, and I'm
Hey,
like,
I watched,
that's what
and
I
I
like.
was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
I want to get in on that."
oh, you saw some of the yeah.
When you sent
yeah.
me the links, I was
Yeah,
getting nosy.
dude. Much love, man. Which one did you watch the one with Rafi, like the one that was on my homepage or whatever?
Yes, yellow shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was saying some stuff, and I was just kind of like, "Ooh." That's how when you said his name, I was like, "Oh, so he's big in faith," and because he actually was talking about not smoking anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he was big into that, and
a
then
lot of things that I've been dealing with
Yeah.
and had to go through. Was
Shout out
pretty
Rafi.
nice to-
yeah,
It was nice to actually hear somebody else say, because
Yeah.
in the world we live in, if I start talking about anything biblical, demonology related, like if most people look at me and be like, huh?
yeah. But somebody out there will find that valuable.
Yeah,
You know.
but there's also a lot to the Christianity standpoint for those who follow without being that was lightning. Sorry, without being judgmental, or it's supposed to tonight.
Oh,
it's
dang.
tomorrow. For those people who can be followers of God without being judgmental and self-righteous and acting as though they've never lived in this world and made a mistake. Like there are people who follow to that extent and have learned a lot, but it's very foreign to the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was talking to someone about abstinence and the importance of abstinence and how she was like, well, so this is the question. How is porn sinful? Well, one, you have two people on a screen that are engaging in a sexual activity that's
You're watching
between
somebody
a man
else
and woman.
smash. Yeah.
But then you're watching them. But do you not realize that you are coming into agreements with that particular exchange? But then you're watching it. But every time you watch it, they get a view, which means that if they're getting paid for it, they're being promoted for the aspect. So not only are you watching these people do something they're not supposed to do, you're supporting it. You're also engaging in their prostitution because it's literally what it is if you look at it from a porn industry standpoint.
Even though it's free for you, they're making money off of
it.
the
And every
views.
time you view it, every time you watch it,
True.
you are supporting. So it is a sinful in nature thing. You don't have to be on there doing it with them. But if you look at it from the standpoint of how you are promoting the behavior, anything that is rebellious against God is still considered a sin. So it's like you are engaging in the promotion of this.
Right.
And
It's a good way to look at it.
she was like, I never thought about it that way. I'm not. And then a couple days later, she was like, me and my boyfriend had a conversation, and I realized that he watches a lot of porn. And I realized that after he watches it, he's normally angry and irritated because he doesn't feel fulfilled. He just did something that did not bring him any enjoyment
Yeah.
after the like.
And it's always that. It's always the post nut clarity that hits the hardest.
It's like you sober up.
Exactly, that's what it is, man. There's been so many times where I don't know if you experienced this in your thoughtful past, where like you'll after you bust, you're like,
I've had exchanges where I've had sex with people, and after we were done, and I sat on side of the bed, it was like, what the hell?
bro. Well, I'm like, literally, I'm like, why did I do
Do
that?
this. I have no want, no feel, and even
I was like, I want to go home, dude.
that part.
Like,
and it's always in the moments where the people want to cuddle. So it's like, I don't want to.
I know,
Let me go home. I should not have come. I'm
dude.
sorry.
Same, yeah.
This
Like,
was not the ocean I was
some
supposed to
days-
dive in.
Some days you're better off. You have to make the choice. Are you better off like, going smashing somebody that you don't want to smash, or are you more? Is it a better option for you to just jack off into a tissue paper and throw it in the trash can?
Honestly, there's really no better option to it
No.
because either if you weigh it from, I'll say, a way of the world,
Yeah.
one and done with yourself is always going to be better than inviting somebody into your own trauma.
Mm-hmm. And when I say
Because-
one and done with yourself, it's like you can do that without pornography. Like you just do it. You just
definitely
masturbate to
you
your
wake
thoughts.
up.
Yeah.
If men wake up in the morning and there's nothing on the television, but there's a tent right now.
Facts.
It's
Factual
just there.
factual information.
What are you gonna do to get rid of it?
Yeah.
Are you going to ignore it, or are
But you're
you
gonna use that energy throughout the day.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. That's the other thing. Like whenever I always have more energy when I don't. Like when let it. Yeah.
I'm a happier person when I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a happier person when I
Yeah. Oh
Which is
man,
why
dude, you
I've
and
been like-
you, Jair, and I would get along so well, man. We need to hang out for sure because we're both
here.
we're both really big into this. Like, we don't call it semen retention. We don't even call it no-fap. We just call it like no porn. It's like called PMO, like porn, masturbation, orgasm. Like, right? We're just like
Gotcha.
big into the life. We're just like every time one of us is like, I'm like, bro, I just beat today, and he's like, dude, it's okay. Like, what are you gonna do tomorrow to like make sure that doesn't happen? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then
Yeah.
and then, like after a few days of not texting each other, he'll be like, bro, I've been beaten a lot, and I'm like, bro, me too. Like, we need to we need to figure this out, bro.
And then I'm sitting.
Yeah.
I'm the one sitting at home, going around, jogging around the block, so I don't.
Dude, right? Trying to like, bro, literally like trying to like meditate or something to like be like, all right, like, don't, just don't do anything for like 5 minutes, and then just like the urge goes down. It's the urge, bro.
It's the
there's
urge.
there's something.
It's the urge.
You
'Cause
scroll-
once you can get past that
Yeah.
urge, it's like
It's smooth sailing. You're good. But it's trigger, urge, action, right? So it's like you scroll on Instagram, you see some ass on a gym video because that's all these girls be posting, right? And then
And they all have
yeah,
naked.
exactly. So you scroll past some fine ass and some yoga pants, and then you're like, oh, you know what? Let me type in blonde gym girl, fat ass, leggings, redhead lesbian. Nah, I might as well, whatever, right? And then like, and then you watch whatever, and then
Yeah.
like you're like, ah, man, and then like afterwards you're like,
Yeah.
ah, fuck, like
Yeah.
why did I do that?
oh, he's up.
Yeah, shit. And then you're like, well, now I gotta spend the next like hour scrolling through videos and have 20 tabs open and all that. And then by the time you're finished, you're just like, bro, why did I waste an hour and a half of my time? Like,
Doing that,
and that it was
yielded
from,
no positive.
yeah, it was from like
results.
one scroll of the Instagram, like, which is another reason. It's not the main reason I don't have Instagram at the moment, but it's definitely a big contributor as to why I'm not on it.
Oh,
at the
mine is
moment,
too.
yeah.
Like people get mad at me. They be like, "You don't like my stuff and you don't engage, but you post." You're right. I had one of my uncles, Lord rest his soul, gave me some advice, and although I don't agree with the necessary context of the advice, it was very true. He was like, I don't know what you're gonna do with your life, but if you decide to do anything illegal, understand the job in securing the bag is to get in and get out.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at social media. I go and post and then I leave.
You leave, yeah.
And it's not only that. To me, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not always the most confident person in myself. From a physical
Yeah.
standpoint.
Okay.
But in the world of the fitness industry, DMs are real.
Mm.
And I realized like years ago, I don't get caught up in the visual aspect more so because of trauma. I'm not always so quick for people to touch me. Like even in my relationships, I dated somebody who was just handsy, and I was just like, "You got one more time to touch me,
chill
today,
out, yeah.
and we gonna have it out." And it was not even their fault, but I have those moments sometimes. I'm working through it. Praise God. I can't be married and be like, sis, don't touch me. Like that's
Get your hands off
yeah.
me, bro. I'm a man of Christ. Get your
That part, get off me. Yeah. Like no. Then she gonna feel like I'm sleeping with somebody else.
Up.
So it's like I
Can't win, bro.
But it was the verbal for me. Like it's not always visual. For me, it was verbal. But that's how I also realized that I'm more of an intimate person. I prefer intimacy over physical touch because intimately I could be turned on. But I didn't know that when I was younger. It was just like, oh, I can have a conversation to be happy. Well, no, it's not that you're happy. They're mentally stimulating you. And then you wonder why your hormones are off because you're not wired like a lot of other people.
Right.
So I had to start to realize I can't live in my DMs. I can't live in conversations because the first time those compliments get to pouring or somebody that I've had a past with gets to hitting buttons it's just like, no, you know exactly what you can say to get me into that point. And then I'm sitting here, the Phantom Papper sneaking away and coming back. Like there 1 minute and gone the next.
And then back again.
Yeah, and everybody's like, oh, no. So I mean, it's that social media is the devil.
Social media, bro.
TikTok, I think TikTok is great.
Oh, I think TikTok is cancer, but it's really good for growth. Like I
very
hate
much so. Like
I hate TikTok
for social media.
Yeah.
Like for my Instagram, for like podcasts, like I've been able to network and do all kind of different stuff.
Yep.
But it is literally Satan's playground.
It's dude. The stuff that you want to talk about triggers, bro. Dude, like it's so bad. I was talking to Joe about it the other day about TikTok, and I was like, dude, I get on to post. I post one video. I respond to the comments from the previous video, and then I delete the app. I delete the app off my phone completely. I don't keep the app on my phone until the next day when I need to post again. I'll download it. I'll go to the app store. I'll download it again. You know, whatever. I'll post video, respond to the comments, delete the app again. That's the pattern, bro. I hate, like, as soon as the first video starts playing, I swipe up and I pause the next one.
Yeah.
I don't want to consume anything on that app.
Yeah.
Some days I'm not that. Some days, you know, I stray off the right path. You know, I'll find myself scrolling.
Do.
Yeah,
It's
but,
human nature,
right? But like most of the time, it's like, all right, like I have the system. The pattern is post, respond to comments, delete app. Post, respond to comments, delete app. Yeah. That's it. That's all I'm there to do. That's all I'm there for. Yeah. And like,
that's me.
Yeah, and like, yeah, that's
post
it.
Off,
post
off,
post out, in out.
Yeah, no. Ooh. It's all so ghetto.
Bro,
like,
dude, it is so ghetto.
I'm sorry,
bro.
But that's my
so
word
ghetto,
for 20. It's so ghetto.
No, man.
Like
TikTok is whack, bro.
When you look at TikTok is the only place where you can be promoted, racially discriminated against, disrespected while being entertained at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of the many.
And then you get free porn.
And it's one of the many platforms where girls can post their OnlyFans links in their bio, and there are 12-year-olds on the app. So,
yeah.
Don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I mean Instagram too, but you know, like the audiences on Instagram are different.
Instagram is real. I've noticed Instagram is real particular. And like, I've set my page up as of right now. If you're not 18, you're not seeing any of my content.
Yeah. I couldn't get on your page because I don't have an Instagram at the moment, and it said your page is restricted. And I was like, damn, I don't even know what Terance is doing on Instagram right now.
Oh, so you couldn't follow me?
No, dude. I was on your.
Wondering.
No, I don't have an Instagram, right? But like, I saw on your TikTok. That's why I saw that video of you and Quentin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw your TikTok, but like, I didn't really. I was like, man, like, I don't know what his content really is right now. Like, I saw the spiritual stuff,
Yeah.
and then I see some fitness stuff, and I'm like, all right, some spiritual and fitness, but like, he was saying he was doing something else too. I just can't remember what it is. Like, and then I was like, it's probably on his Instagram, which I can't get on right now. So,
I do lives on Instagram. I have fitness content, spiritual content. I do a lot of business promotions on there for stuff I'm working on.
Okay.
So I mean, I could show you my IG. I have no problem with it. Now, if it was 23-year-old me that was doing underwear modeling, then I probably would be a little hesitant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Man, those DMs are real.
I've lived, and some of those demons still try to pop up.
Yeah.
Hey, daddy, I'm not.
Oh my God, dude, what?
Daddy.
Bro.
Not your daddy.
Bro, what is your life, man?
I
mean, like,
I was a whore,
dude. At some points in time, I'm like, man, it'd be nice to get. I don't do the last time. I can't remember the last time a girl DM'd me, like, except for like twice when a girl's like, "Hey, I saw your YouTube channel." I was like, "Oh, cool." Like, where are you from? She's like, "Oh, I'm from Fort Worth." I was like, "Cool. How old are you?" She's like, 17. I was like, "Block. See you later."
Oh yeah, I've had a lot of that. I've been on TikToks and going live, and you can invite people on now.
Yeah.
And I was live with my friend Alex, and she was like, "Oh, let's talk to this person." And she looked at her profile and was like, "Oh, so she's grown, she got this." And then the girl was like, "No, I'm gonna be 18." And Alex was like,
Kick.
"I'm sorry, but if you are under the age of 18, do not ask to join this conversation."
Yeah.
He's not going to jail, and I'm not going to jail with it.
Yeah.
Like, where are parents at?
Where they at though?
Where they at? Because you take Amir's phone, you're not finna see nothing but pictures of him and his cousins. He don't have access to nothing.
Right.
But
Screen time passcode.
But it's literally like it's the devil.
Yeah.
It's social. It's social. You being real social.
Great if you're producing, not great if you're consuming.
Yeah. At least if you're not smart about what you're consuming.
If you're not curating your...
Yeah. Because like me, even with YouTube,
yeah,
I have a YouTube channel. I posted a couple videos, but I haven't been active on it because I'm still trying to restructure how I want to do things.
Do you have that YouTube thing where like it blocks your homepage?
It blocks your who?
Bro, I'm about to put you onto this. Check this out.
Yes. Show me something. But yeah, like, but why are you pulling that up? Even with YouTube, like for me, I can tell like when I have inspirational.
This is what my like a type. This is what my YouTube page looks like when I open it up. There's nothing on here. Like my homepage is blank on purpose. Like I don't have any recommended videos on here on purpose. I use an extension. It's called Unhook. Mm-hmm. So like you hide your home feed, hide video sidebar. Like you can.
Oh, so you can't see all
stuff.
the other stuff you normally would like watch and things.
Exactly.
Like
if I want to look at something, I like have to go to like my subscribers or something, right? And like say I click on like a video or something, right? And like, right, and it just shows that, but like it doesn't show recommended videos.
Got you.
And you can even do it to a point where like it hides like comments, it hides boom, like literally you can hide everything except for like just the video itself.
What?
Yeah. But I love using this because I need that. Okay. So the reason I use this is because then I have to search for exactly what
you're looking for.
What I'm looking for, yeah. And like
so you have to hold yourself accountable.
Exactly. And if I want to look at something like that way, like whenever I open up YouTube before in the past, I would see, oh, like this is a cool video I've never seen. Let me click on it. Oh, and then like after you watch it, here's some recommended videos that like, oh, here's something else for the algorithm. Oh, here's the next one. Here's the next one. And the next thing you know, 2-3 hours are gone. But now that I use this, it's like it helps me stay focused. It's like, okay, there's like a few channels that I look at like every couple days. I'm like, all right, like I'll look at like I'll type in the search bar. I'll be like crypto, whatever. There's one guy I follow in crypto. There's like one guy I follow gaming. There's one guy I follow like podcast wise, right? And I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna look at these guys' look at these guys' videos, see if they have any new content. Gotcha. Is there any new content around these like certain categories? And that's it. And then I'm off.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll stay on and watch longer than I should, but like I'm not letting YouTube dictate what I'm gonna watch. I don't let YouTube tell me what I'm going to consume.
And that's my thing. Like, with YouTube, since the majority of the stuff that I look at is like real, either spiritual based, or it's kind of like old schooly, where I know it's not gonna be like, here's naked ass and titties.
Yeah,
like
word.
It's just like, okay, so I've had I know my structure of what I'm gonna see.
Right.
But I also know if I see something that's out of place, I've either watched something or like clicked on it, or I fell asleep watching something.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
So then I'm going back like, no, like I was listening to a prayer the other day, and I was like, oh, this comes out of Psalms. So I'm trying to like be more active with including scripture into my prayer.
Right.
And I fell asleep. Well, I woke up, getting on my day, getting stuff together. Sunday morning. So your tarot card reading today?
Oh my god.
Okay. Like, we're not watching this. It's not what we do. But it can happen that quick.
Yeah.
So I get why you had, like, I need that actually.
Yeah. Do you use Google Chrome? What do you use?
I use Google.
Yeah, there's the plugin is called Unhook. I'll text it to you after this.
Please.
But it's called Unhook, and there's another one called Newsfeed Eradicator that you can use for like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. If you get on it from your computer, and it just like hides the feed completely. Gotcha. So you got to go to, if you want to look at someone's things, you got to go to the individual accounts. Gotcha. That's only if you're on it from the computer. It doesn't do it on your phone. Gotcha. That I know about.
Well, I'll use only my phone. Yeah. Me and computers don't really have.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
But, computers are the reason I was a whore in my 20s.
Dating apps. Those dating apps, though.
That's a whole conversation for another day.
That's probably off-camera can of worms.
Yeah. That's gonna be yeah.
Catch that in part 2, guys. Let me see how much time we're at, and then
we gotta do the fire round. Yeah. This is how you know my LA Fitness family is my family in Dallas. When I was leaving, they were like, "What are you doing?" And Tiffany was like, "He has a podcast to shoot with Frost." And Nathan was like, "Frost." And so she pulled up your profile, and he was like, "Oh, I know that guy."
Wait, Nathan's the guy with the long hair?
No, that's Exery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nathan is
kind of stocky build.
Oh, short hair?
Yeah.
Always has headphones in?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and we're working on that.
Okay. No, it's cool.
But he's like, "I know that guy." I was like, yeah, we all know him.
Yeah.
So when I was leaving, Tiffany was like, "Have a good day. Have fun." I'm like, "Okay. Thanks." Joe was like, "Have fun," because I didn't get no steak. I was
Dude, we have it on the calendar. Joe, we got it on the calendar, bro. We got it on the calendar, bro.
Oh, so he's coming too.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if he'll want to get on camera, but like I told him that definitely
Black behind, you know.
Yeah, I feel like he has some good stories.
He do.
Yeah.
Joe is, I can't use that word either. Joe is special.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow.
Cool. Joe is the only person that I know, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, and this didn't happen at work, so don't. But Joe is the only person that I know, other than Quentin, that has made me feel better in a moment.
Yeah.
But then also accosted me and harassed me. It wasn't even harassment. It was harassment. And then still made me feel good about myself.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
But
that's a cool dude, bro.
Man, they beautiful people.
Yeah.
Like, we all got our quirks. We all have our moments where we have to, like, literally check each other. And Joe has had to check me. Quentin's had to check, and I like to deem myself uncheckable.
But they get you sometimes.
But it's been times where I've been at work flustered and frustrated, and Joe's have to be like, "Look, but what you not gonna do?" And that's my favorite saying.
Yeah,
I say that to I've said that to members, but you're not gonna come here disrespecting my people. But he's had to. What you not gonna do is allow this to get you off your day. They've had to check me. Right. So it's like that. I love it.
They help keep you grounded.
Grounded, really good, either that or they trying to make my head big. Yeah. Because I'll get some compliments and I'll be feeling real good about myself and be like, but you can't take this energy out of this door. Yeah. Because if you do, you have 3 exes in Dallas.
Yeah.
And you're feeling lonely, so
Yeah.
get back down.
Back at it.
I'm here for it.
Solid.
But fire
Glad to hear
round.
it.
So
All
what
right,
we
here we go.
firing?
All right.
Who you fire? You firing me now? You
Yeah,
here just to fire me?
I'm putting you on the spot. You're in the hot seat right now.
Jesus.
All right. Top 5 artists of all time, dead or alive.
Dead or alive? Ooh.
This is your top 5 favorite, not like who you think objectively is the top 5, but just your 5 favorite, your most listened to, whatever. Who you listen to, or who you deem your favorite, who you think is the best.
It's so mean.
Yeah, narrow it down.
Al Green.
Al Green.
Lettucey.
Okay.
Patti LaBelle. John P. Key.
Uh-huh.
I love gospel music. Leandria Day.
Leandra Day. Okay.
She's a gospel singer.
Yeah. The only one I don't know out of all those is Patti LaBelle.
Oh, that's my homie.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not sorry, Miss Ain't Patty. I'm not a big fan of the pie. But everything else that lady has put down, I've copped.
Yeah? Wow. Love it.
Because she's a soulful singer. She's she's entertaining.
Yeah.
She's going to give you pipes. She still sounds the same way as she did when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's an artist. She's shown appreciation and I guess homage, as people would say, homage to people who looked up to her.
Right on.
She's humble.
Mm.
Right? But when she opens her throat, you can't help but feel what she's singing.
Oh,
Like,
the emotions are real, man.
Man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope she can sing at my wedding one day.
I
I hope I can afford her.
Yo, Patty. Patty, let's get you a T's wedding, bro.
And I know you don't drink and I know you don't smoke, but
that's cool. We'll just hang out together doing none of those things either.
Come sing for me. And come sing for me.
What was the first CD you ever bought?
The first CD that I ever purchased on my own accord was Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child!
Survivor.
Okay. All right. Top 3. I usually just say favorite food, but it's really tough. So top 3 favorite foods.
Ooh. Does it have to be specific?
It doesn't have to be specific dishes. It can be genres. Yeah. Favorite types of food, and then you can name like a dish in each one that you like.
Italian food. Basil pesto pasta.
Okay.
Chinese food.
Uh-huh.
This is very basic, but shrimp fried rice.
Classic.
Chicken fried rice. Sorry.
Chicken fried rice.
Shrimp
Okay.
Breaks me out now.
Oh, gotcha. Chicken fried rice. No shrimp. I'll make sure to keep in mind no surf and turf.
But wait. Just warn me the day before. I'll take a bad trip.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. We got Benny's here, bro.
I got it. We got it's in my bag.
Yeah.
Right there. No.
All right. Chinese chicken fried rice and.
Honestly, I am really now getting hipped to Jesus, what is it? It is I just had it for the first time like 2 weeks ago and I've eaten it like 30 times, it feels like. Not Cambodian.
Shout out Tiffany.
Ethiopian food.
Yes. Bro, with the injera?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Now, I did start eating a lot of African food at one point.
Yeah.
But it's real hit or miss for me here in America because people will say it's authentic.
But it's not.
But it doesn't taste like my one friend back home's parents' food. Like, it just... That was like yummy. What I've gotten here it's felt real bland and subpar.
Gotcha.
But I'm down to give it another go at some point.
Gotcha.
At some point.
All right.
Oh, but whip me up with the Italian food.
All right.
Show me you love me.
Italian, Chinese, and Ethiopian. That's a solid combination.
Just gotta be careful with the spices on the Ethiopian food.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with spices everywhere. Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Baby.
Top 3 movies.
The Italian Job. Number
wow.
1 movie.
Jason Statham. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I bought my Mini Cooper, my first car.
Oh,
was
nice.
Specifically because of that movie.
Italian Job.
Italian Job. I can't say that's a favorite though. It used to be a favorite, but it's a little witchy. Uh,
Hey man, I'm here for it.
Beautiful Creatures.
Beautiful
with Viola
Creatures.
Davis.
Okay.
That was one of my favorites. Um, now that I'm real selective and intentional behind, I can't say that's a favorite, but I love her as an actress. Honey was one of my favorite movies, believe it or not.
Honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Jessica Alba.
Oh, okay. Jessica Alba.
It's a dancing movie.
I miss the 2000s, man.
Those were the
I
best
miss
movies.
2000s,
Stomp
bro.
the Yard, Honey.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and
like the
Furious.
first one.
Yeah.
First two were really good.
Yeah.
Then before, they started going to outer space and shit.
That part.
What else was in the 2000s? There was a lot.
There was a whole lot of movies.
Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
All of that.
Matrix was 1995, but
Well, yeah.
Pirates 1, Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one.
I never was
No
a fan.
way.
Yeah.
But I've seen that movie so many times. So I play the cello, and I love playing the theme song of Pirates on my cello. That's like my favorite thing to play on there.
Okay.
So love that. Yeah, played that a lot in high school.
Hey.
So gotta.
I never would have. Well, no, I can see
Yeah.
it. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. It's cool. That's how I met like 3 of my best friends, man. We all played the cello together in high school. You're like, that doesn't make it less funny.
But it was. I'm not, but okay, I told you I'm really aware.
Yeah.
So my face, I talk with my face.
Yeah.
I'm sure you noticed that a long
Noticed
time
it.
ago.
Yeah.
I talk with my face. So when
Yeah.
you said that, it was like,
Yeah.
okay, but I can see it now.
Yeah.
I can see it now.
There's a lot of great movies in the 2000s.
There was.
We'll leave it at that.
There
one.
was.
Yeah.
But I'm not. That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Appreciate you, man.
I could see you actually playing the cello.
Yeah. I wasn't good. I wasn't good. I'm still not good.
I never would have thought.
I just enjoyed
Like
it.
I would have
enjoyed
seen
it,
you playing the saxophone before the cello.
Dang, the saxophone, man. I'd be a jazz star for sure.
Bro.
No, I wouldn't. I'll probably quit after like 2 years. But the cello, I really enjoyed it a lot. So I stuck with it all throughout high school.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I thought the recorder was gonna be my best
The
thing.
recorder was busting, bro. Hot
It
cross
was
buns,
busting until I hit
bro.
my sister with it.
Oh, damn.
She shouldn't have pinched me. It doesn't make it right. Children, don't fight your siblings.
Yeah.
But-
Life lessons from Terance.
Yeah, she pinched me, so I popped her ass.
Oh.
And it popped in half. And I got
Dang.
my ass popped.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
Dang. You're good.
Uh,
You're good. Top 3 books.
Wait, I was missing a movie.
You had Honey,
Italian Job?
Italian Job, and then you said something in between there.
I had said Beautiful Creatures, but
Beautiful
I can't
Creatures.
really say that's a favorite.
Oh, never mind. Oh, go ahead.
Transformers, though.
Oh, bro, Megan Fox in 2009. Dude. I was a big fan of Shia LaBeouf, too. I still am, bro.
Me too.
I'm still a fan. I watched a bunch of Even Stevens when I was younger.
Me too.
Right?
I didn't know who his mammy was until after, I was like, wait, he came from who? What?
Yeah.
Never would have thought that he would have had anything but a Caucasian-area experience.
You know, he's a really good rapper. Like, he freestyles really well. Yeah. Like, you know Sway in the Morning, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Sway, of course, right? He's
Sway.
the GOAT, right? So, Sway in the Morning dubbed Shia best rapper in Hollywood. Or best freestyler in Hollywood. Or something like that.
What?
Because he came on Sway in the Morning back in, Have you heard that freestyle?
I haven't.
You want to listen? You want to watch it real quick?
I'm here for it.
Dude, all right. I love watching this, man. I watched it a few times, not going to lie.
Our rapid fire, really, it's like rapid embers.
It's rapid, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
We got we got a few more questions after this.
Hey, I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I
I'm here
look.
for it.
As long as it's not after 12, we good. Because,
Yeah,
I'm old. I go
Oh, it's 10:30. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Let's see. Shia LaBeouf.
I normally go to bed till like 12:30 anyway.
Yeah.
Cause
I think this is it right here.
Shea 455 beats designed to trip you up or make you a star. Shia LaBeouf is here with a Sway in the Morning. First beat number 1, DJ Wonder.
All right. Something faster after this, though, yeah? Okay. Listen. Get ready, get set. This a meme. This is wild. This is a childhood dream. I'm that guy though, all pride yo. Do my thing and stack ride though. I'm at White Oak, the gun club, I mean 1-0. That's a dumb club. I don't go there, but I get dumb love. Legend, bitch. Trash you heard, that's all alleged, bitch. Plagiarist, stay making shit. Greatest gifts come from painful shit. Truth is, I'm a true G. Only white kid with big and a Coogee tatted to me. And Tupac too. And Missy on my 2 knees, dude. Please stop asking about my tats like some groupies. Whenever the truth's required, I'm hired. I'm the go-to guy for fire. When the truth's not needed, I beat it. I come from La Migra, streets kid, I'm gyro. Why is he acting up, backing up when the trash is up? If it's trash, I'ma pass the buck. Tell me why though? Cause I'm testing me for the best of me. Trying to ensure this legacy. Geico. Talk shit, I pop up, I'm popping these, popping G, popping C, I'll get you high as poppy seeds. Copy me, you ain't Heather Knox and me. Roger me, check me, check me. Evidently, kid is transcending. God damn, it's a hell of a day. Sat here jammed between Heather and Sway. It's a dream, yes sir, I'm the belle of the ball. Never thought my rhyme style was eligible. Rhymes are negligible, unintelligible. Now I'm exceptional, unquestionable. No question I'm full. My cup, it runneth over. This shit's going viral. Yup, I'm taking over. Better than I've been. Alert, alert, sober. Me, I've been a G since he knew Kurt Loder. Eat right, stay kosher, shirt folder. Good kid, slow roll like a hurt bowler. Goddamn, I'm here. You're nowhere. You're poser. I'm poster. You're no sir. I'm closer. To toaster. I'm solar. You're nervous. I'm not sir. I'm rockster. You're novice. I'm on this. I'm Costner. I'm Kevin. You're second to a monster. Roger, I'm a prosper. You are not, sir. You're a tosser, a toddler. Luke, I'm your father. But I ain't in that though. What I am is I'm criminal with syllables and pronouns. Watch how it goes down. Yeah, my whole sounds profound. Freestyle with sway. You would think I was a pro now. And it's pronounced Shia LaBeouf. I'm flying high and high ain't enough. I am above. Cut from steel. Boys real. Iron is tough. I kill the 5-finger sway. 5 ain't enough. Nah, but 10 might do. Hip-hop used to be fertile, now it's Timbuktu. Where'd the spitters go? Garbage little shit they wrote. Miss me with that little boat, cause bigger individuals committed to these principles is living on their tippy toes, sinking with the hippies' hoe, consider them the missing throats. Talking those who gave it all got passed over. Rap's over when you gas up the fast forward. It's dumb now, it's trash rapping in October. Who wrote what for who? It's all so below par, substandard. Used to be a litmus. If you didn't write your own shit, you got dismissed. Been through that. Now it's kiss kiss with bang bang. I came to do my thing, man. It was written. Get coke, this the shipment. Jewish pop to this music with a twist of Whitman. Women, I'm the shipment. Get the business, mid condition. But I'm married, keep your distance. Treat these ladies fair like I'm Henry Higgins. This the shipment, this a stitch in time. I got fire, I can realign your spine, man. I am real, I can redesign your rhymes, man. I'm the Einstein of rhyming. I'm your bloodline to Simon. This is what you call refinement. I thank God Almighty that I'm balling slightly. I say amen. I'm just amen who's chasing elation. In my occupation, who's patient, who comes from below the basement, from the pavement. Then I got an agent. Then I done made it. Past Tom Hanks replacement. God damn, my life's amazing. And you like it because my life is real. My life is like a highlight reel. Don't like me, check Twitter, how the zeitgeist feel. Sway and shape 45 is what I just killed.
Yeah, and then Sway like talks him up after that on a separate clip, but
Okay.
yeah, man, little
knew.
different. You said Transformers and like
Yeah.
that's Shia, bro. That's
He
that's Shia, bro.
transformed her.
Yeah,
He
he transformed into a.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I know, right? Nobody ever does, man. Nobody ever does.
But that's just life. Like sometimes we have hidden abilities that people never know or think about until we let it out, and they're like, "That one did that." Yeah, it was that one.
Yeah, dude, the Transformers, man, great movie.
Oh yeah, I like all of them. I do. I would have preferred that Megan Fox would have stayed a part of the trilogy of things, but I mean,
hey man, she doing whatever now. She's doing something now.
I don't.
She doing MGK. Shout out MGK. For doing whatever. Yeah, they're on some shit, man.
Yeah.
They're on some.
May God bless you.
They on some devil shit, bro.
Man, ooh, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yahtzee.
Give me your favorite books, like your 3 favorite books.
Ooh, Holier Than Thou
Holier Than
by Jackie Hill Perry.
I also love how you have these like on lock, man. I really appreciate that.
Pigs in the Parlor, which has been one that's a book on deliverance.
Deliverance,
Yeah.
Okay.
And demonology,
demonology.
which is
The book is called Demonology.
no, the name of the book is
Oh,
called Pigs in the Park.
Pigs in a Park. Okay.
But they talk about like deliverance aspects from a biblical perspective.
Mm.
It's like warfare strategies.
Oh.
Like the whole nine.
Some
Like,
art of
from a
war.
spiritual
Art of war
standpoint.
from a spiritual standpoint.
Kinda,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool.
It's beautiful. Like it's the best way to put it. And then my other book, which is a recent favorite, is Fight Back. And my sister purchased that book for me as well. Which is, I guess, I don't want to say deliverance, but it's just kind of like motivational things that you hear out of the Bible, stories and
Okay.
um,
Anecdotes, I guess. or
different
stories. Yeah.
different aspects of things in the Bible that were happening where God's people literally had to fight back.
Right.
So that is now, aside from that, The Giver was one of my.
Oh, The
favorite
Giver.
books.
I know The Giver.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a fourth. I'll give
Okay,
that.
that's
was
solid.
another one. Yeah,
I know that one.
yeah.
Uh,
Now I'm not always the holier than thou.
no,
That's
yeah. It's, I
definitely
mean, yeah.
not
It's
the-
just just
Yeah.
it's on your list.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. I was. No, I was on Mariah Lynn stuff. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're
Were
good.
you a big fan of Love and Hip Hop, like TV like that? It's
I-
trash
I-
TV.
I grew up watching a lot of MTV, BET, and what else was on
I knew
there?
you was one of us.
Dude, I watched a lot of like I was home alone a lot when I was like 8 years old, and this was in 2003. So
Oh yeah.
like there was a lot of like I was watching like Pit My Ride. I was watching
Cribs and
Cribs. I was watching Next.
Daria.
Remember
Did
that
you
show?
ever watch that one?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I would watch a bunch of music videos on BET and
During the
MTV.
daylight or after the daylight?
Nighttime, like after midnight. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with MTV. A lot of MTV. And then
BT got real
yeah.
raunchy.
But then also I would watch a ton of like Nickelodeon and like Cartoon Network and shit. You know. It's just-
Which
I got both. I got both flavors. But yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it because I was in the same boat.
Yeah. Yep.
Millennials.
Yeah.
Whatnot. What
That's
do they
what
call
it
us?
is, man.
They call us.
Yeah. Millennials. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to spend a rainy day?
Favorite way to spend a rainy day. Okay, so there are many favorites that
Yeah.
I have, which is why I think I don't get as stressed out. Reading is number one.
Okay.
Reading, tea, cooking, something where I can turn off the TV and either turn on music or just kind of enjoy silence and the sound of the rain.
Important, yeah.
I love the sound of rain. It makes me, I don't want to say happy, but it makes me happy. There was a point where my hookah would be a part of a rainy day. I could sit on the patio, listen to the rain, read a book, smoke my hookah.
That's a vibe right there.
It is. It is, but it could be a very addicting vibe.
Hookah is tobacco, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like now, which is so funny. This is how I know I'm meant to give it up. I'll switch to shisha-less tobacco-less shisha, and I don't even want to smoke it anymore.
It's just like vapor?
It's
Water vapor?
like flavored air.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I just had a whole pouty moment.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah. Very passionate. Very passionate about it.
It's changed, but I could say those two or a movie night, especially if I have little Wayne.
Yeah.
Like if I have my little stink or one of my nieces and nephews, I'm thrilled with just being in the house.
That's cool. That sounds like a very
that's good
chill.
rainy
It's a
day.
very chill way to spend the day. Describe your ultimate sandwich.
My ultimate.
If you could put any two, like, it doesn't have to be two slices of bread, but if you could make a sandwich any way you want it, like, any way you want it, that's the way, yeah, right? Any way you want it, right?
Yeah.
What would it be? Just describe it for me.
Okay, so do this pesca vegan thing, right?
Right.
So I have found a couple of veggie patties that are actually delightful. However, I have to be honest, that's a second choice. It is definitely gonna have to be a chicken or tuna salad type of
Okay.
something.
The main.
Lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, cheese.
Yeah, what kind of
more
cheese?
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love pepper jack.
Pepper jack.
Pepper
Okay.
jack. Everything that makes my stomach
Yeah.
go.
I feel you.
Jesus. Yeah, that would be it.
What kind of bread are you putting all that in between?
I like stuff like 9-grain honey oat or like
9-grain honey oat.
something with like I like seeds or like a very
Like some,
healthy
like everything bagel except with bread, or like a
Yeah.
Italian herbs and cheese.
yeah, something like that.
Dude, Italian
Yeah.
herbs from Italian herbs and cheese from Subway,
Isn't it
Toasted?
delightful?
Bro, with some sweet onion sauce on the side.
Bruh.
Shit. Man,
I'll go real southern real quick.
dude, my dad and I used to, and my mom, like we would down Subways, bro.
You know what
back
I
in the
used
day.
to get with Subway?
What's up?
That chicken teriyaki.
Oh, the chicken teriyaki, bro.
Bruh.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
Bruh.
So was there they had something for a while. It was like a buffalo chicken, something like that.
The buffalo.
It was like I think it was like a limited time thing. I don't think they had it
might
that
have
often.
been. I think I know what you're talking about.
I would get like the flatbread with that, and then like a bunch of spinach and olives. And
See,
then
I couldn't
dip
do
it.
the flatbread.
Yeah.
It was something. Now I could
I
do
like
a
it,
flatbread
yeah.
pizza.
Yeah.
I can do
Oh,
a
flatbread pizza. Yeah.
But it was something like Subway, like sandwich wise with flat. It was just. I
It was
just
weird.
feel like my bread not
Yeah.
supposed to be flat.
Yeah.
Just,
I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it was nice. But yeah, I'm glad. I like that. I like that sandwich combination. If you could have dinner with any two people, dead or alive, like anyone that's ever existed in history, who would they be and why?
I don't want to eat with dead people, so I'm.
I mean, like if they came back to life and shit, but like whatever. Like if you could have dinner with any two people, like irrespective of their heartbeat status, I don't know. I'm trying to word it. If you had dinner with any two people in all of history that have ever existed, like who would they be and why?
Okay. Maya Angelou for one.
Okay.
And this might be completely offbeat from who she is and was as a person. I don't know if I would want to eat with that person. I don't want to eat with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it would have to be Maya Angelou and Snoop Dogg.
That would be an amazing table.
I think that would be crazy.
That would be a phenomenal table.
It would phenomenally.
Yeah.
And that's just because she's like poet wise, so
Yeah.
much wisdom,
Yeah.
so much knowledge, so many. She could say something and she can give you 50 different perspectives in that one sentence. It
Right.
felt like, and it's like Snoop Dogg. I feel like he's lived a lot in the music industry, and that is something that I eventually might want to tap into.
Right.
But just the fact that I think of who she is and who he would just be comical for me to just sit there and just be like this, because I know she gonna tell him about all of his stuff, and he would probably be very receptive. But it's just two different vibes of I don't know. That'd be a weird table.
It'd be an interesting table.
It'd be an interesting table.
Dang, I like that answer a lot, man.
So flip. I'm
yeah.
weird. I'm weird.
No, it's
I'm
cool.
Sorry.
No. It's your. This is all you, bro. This is your preferences. Favorite childhood TV show. You can say a few favorites if you want. If you can't think of just one.
Okay, because I don't.
Yeah, go
have
ahead. Go
just
ahead.
one.
Yeah,
Me
go
and
ahead.
favorites don't always.
All right, give me. I should just label these top 3 of everything.
No, don't change your rapid fire.
You're good. All right. Yeah,
we
give me.
gonna
You
do-
just give me your. Yeah, give me a few. Just list off a few.
Favorite childhood shows. It really wasn't The Young and the Restless.
Okay.
Me and my grandma watched that. Arthur. We
Yeah.
loved Arthur. Oh, I can't. Rugrats.
Oh,
I can
classic.
definitely give you
Yeah.
that. I can give them that.
Rugrats was a classic, man. Can't beat it.
Yeah.
Favorite Kanye song?
Workout plan.
Oh, thanks Kanye new workout plan. I'm the envy of all my friends. Yeah. That part where he goes, give me that soul clap, double time. Yeah, dude, that part is so good.
Oh.
That's a classic, man. Off of College Dropout.
Yeah.
Was 2004. It has been 18 years since the album came out. 18 years.
18 years. That one is. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Kim K and Donald Trump are drowning. You have to save one. Who do you choose?
Who?
Kim K and Donald Trump are both drowning. You have to save one. Who are you choosing?
Donald.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
You don't have to explain it. You don't have to explain it. I just love asking that question. I just love asking that question.
I feel like people gonna think I'm shitty.
No.
But I have my reasons.
Hey man, it's rapid fire. You don't have to explain yourself if you don't want to. But I
appreciate that.
Of course.
Because most people would have been like, nah, bro.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm pretty sure somewhere somebody's gonna watch this and be like, what?
Mate, my answer is the exact same, bro.
Okay.
My answer is the exact same. You're good.
I'm not
You're
alone.
good. And last one. What is your favorite karaoke song? What is a karaoke song that you can do without looking at the screen?
A karaoke song that I can do without the screen.
I'm just saying like I'm just saying that. But like if you have one that if you just have like a favorite karaoke song, like your karaoke jam, like the one that like people are like, yeah, that's Terance's song when we go karaoke.
It's so many. I like karaoke.
Same, bro.
I'll just throw some out there. Rapture by Anita Baker.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely one. Oh, those vibes. John Legend.
Oh. What John Legend song?
Either Want It All. I like Want It All. And then I just lost the track, the title of the song that was on the tip end of my tongue. I think it was How I Used to Love You or How I Love You.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was that one. I think that's the name of it. I believe that was 3. Off top.
Solid.
Off top.
Off top. I appreciate that. Dude, that is all I had for you. If you want to go ahead and plug in all of your, if you want to let the people at home know where they can find you and just shout out anything you want to shout out, feel free.
Ooh. Okay, so we got, should I start with the tickety talk first? So TikTok, you can find me King Bleu, KYNG .BLEU.
Attention to detail.
IG would be Bleu, BLEU _ V as in Victor EE. Or you can find me on my other IG page, which would be the _ BLEU Blue _ zone ZONE. You can find me on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Heart to Heart. And my podcast, The Blue Zone, will be coming soon, but I'll give out more information on that accordingly. Because you're going to see me again.
All right.
Y'all will see me again.
Yeah.
Provided I'm asked, because next time I'm probably going to eat like 3 steaks.
Of course. We'll get some New York strips next time.
Some who?
Some New York strips. It's like the... So you know, ribeye.
That's how you know I don't.
Okay,
eat.
all right. No, I'll put you on, Terance. It's all good. Hey, man, I really appreciate you coming on.
Hey.
Much love, man. I'm glad we got to do this.
Yes.
Do you have any final words for anybody watching?
Anything you do in life, do it with 100% of your time and authenticity of who you are. Never do anything in this life without being intentional. We live in a world right now where things are like low key cray on all aspects. Then that's just to put it cleanly as possible. So I know I'm so soft spoken. I feel
Oh, it's all good. You're good. You're good.
You keep pushing the
Yeah,
mic
I'm
in my
just-
face. I feel like I'm
It's
supposed
gotta
to
realize
eat.
you're like facing this. You're like facing that way.
Yeah.
This way, so I was just like, let me just get that close. as
Cause
possible.
well, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
No.
No, do your thing. Yeah.
But
Intention,
yeah, intention, because it's a lot going on. Not to mention, everybody in this world has something good to offer. We all have a purpose, but you really don't find that purpose unless you're intentional behind looking and figuring it out. So whatever you do, have fun. Like, have fun. Do it with all your might. Definitely come back and watch this podcast and everything else that this young man has on
sir.
Medium Rare, because from what I've seen and what I will continue to support, it's definitely a lot of information.
A lot.
So make sure you feed yourself something healthy. Make sure you come back and feed yourself something healthy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Dude, much love, man. Appreciate that.
I'm here for it.
We'll catch you guys in the next one.
I gotta take my honey with me.
Yeah, get that. Yeah, a spoonful, right? We'll catch you guys in the next one. You guys have been great. If you made it this far, please subscribe. Like, we should probably said this at the beginning, but it's all good. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Dude, that was solid. I think that's the longest